welcome. It is snowing, or going to start snowing soon here in the Northeast, so that's a treat. 6 to 8 inches. Yay.
If only it were fucking tomorrow night instead of tonight.
That's the thing.
I want a snow day.
If
I have to shovel 7 inches of snow, I better be getting a day off out of it. Like,
I agree. Because it's like snow is the worst because you shovel it and then it melts and then it snows again. And it's just like you did this labor for nothing.
Like laundry.
Yeah, laundry. What did you say? It's the
laundry is like the epitome of like futility. Yeah, it's the epitome of futility.
You just endlessly
even as you're doing the laundry, you are making more dirty laundry unless you do it naked. Like there's no it's just
like Marv has.
It's a task that is
issues with
never done.
He's like, hey, I wash it and I put it away and I don't have to take it out for a while.
It's the worst.
Marv just has to wash his G-strings.
Oh, I mean, that's a small load.
It is. It's a very small load. It's the only small load Marv has. Oh.
I'm in pain.
Don't watch that one.
I refuse to.
Don't ever watch.
It's actually not that bad.
Nobody watched that one.
It really isn't.
The jokes that we make afterwards have been far worse than
it happened while
game.
I was away. I didn't catch it live. I refused to listen to it. Also, Chris Wett, thank you for 23 month subscriptions. That's almost 2 fucking years. What the fuck? Thank you.
Look at all these people who like us.
I know.
And
like,
why?
what?
Why do they like us?
How? What?
We're
assholes.
We are
chill.
like really assholes. Especially me.
Yeah.
I feel like we're not assholes. We're jackasses. There's a distinct difference there.
There is a distinct
difference. Assholes
there,
are like ethically monsters or like dicks in some way. Like we're
God.
pretty chill. Burger. I feel like we're pretty chill ethically. Like we're pretty cool people. We're just a bunch of jackasses. We're always just screwing around.
We're from New England. Like, it's our default setting.
Yes, I found this great TikTok that's this guy from Boston who just goes to different Boston things. And like, he just like, yeah, kid, I just went to this thing and like, oh my God, guy, it was like the park and get the fuck out of here. He does all this like Boston slang and it's hysterical. I'll send one to you guys. I die laughing, but it's sort of thing that's like, it's only funny if you're exposed to people from Boston and understand how they are, or like Northeasterners, New Englanders. But anyway, we do have some, I guess a couple of announcements. Jess, what's the name of Rainy's thing that everyone should listen to? Because
Rainy plays games. Yes,
that's it. I always forget.
Rainy's podcast.
The capillaries in my brain are hardening with age, and I forget things.
Oh, I should make that a command for next time. Shit.
What? My capillaries hardening?
No.
Oh.
Like how
Christian's capillaries harden.
For Rainy plays games.
Yeah, like how I have a thing to plug our socials.
Yeah, we should do that. That would be great. That makes sense.
That would help him. That would make sense. And that would actually help him. So we should totally do that. Because Rainy is really cool.
I post about your capillaries.
I was like, what? How is that a button?
Thank you, Christian. Every time Christian has a moment, there's just a flood of Christian's capillaries hardened up here.
It's just a picture of like an old guy. Like,
or just hardening. That's what it should be. Just hardening. Let people do what they will with it.
You should do that. I would be A-okay with that.
I get that you're making like a dirty joke, but all I can think of like is Caterpie and Metapod.
I also think like
all I can think about is Metapod.
So it's such a good sticker because it would be a great sticker because it's so versatile, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if Rainy needs the help though, because honestly, we were at Captain Con last week and like in the wild, he just found a fan who was like, "Oh yeah, you have a podcast. I listen to your podcast."
Rainy's crushing it. Yeah, so, honestly, Rainy's doing so much better than us. He's crushing it.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
A fan finding you in the wild is the best feeling in the world. It has happened to me exactly one time for a short story I wrote. I was at a writing convention and somebody I did not know came up to me and they were like, "You wrote that story in the Monstrous Feminine," and I was like, "I did," and they were like, "I loved it," and I was like, "Oh my God."
And they should, because it's a really good story.
It is really good.
It's a really good story.
That one.
So speaking of writing, John Malcolm, who is in chat, has been wonderful in assisting me with something that's coming out fingers crossed next Friday in time for Valentine's Day, which is a Call of Cthulhu scenario that I wrote that's going to be up on the Miskatonic repository called Deadfellas. It's a 1980s mob scenario.
You finished it. Oh, that sounds awesome.
John has helped me with the maps and everything. It looks really cool.
Cool.
So hopefully everything goes well. That'll be in time for in memoriam of the Valentine's Massacre. It'll be up for Valentine's Day. So, there's a gift for your girlfriend or a boyfriend or significant other.
Hells yeah.
My name on a thing about mobsters going crazy and trying to bury a body that's just not quite right. So
I love the concept. It sounds so cool.
That's number one. Number two is really just me on my soapbox again, but I think all of us are going to get up on our soapbox because we heard from someone in
just
our email.
Summarize. Don't read it directly. We don't want them to be identified.
I never will do that. So it's just in general, I want to talk about the social contract of gaming because I heard from someone who had run a game for the first time. It was not an experienced role player who had stepped up into the GM chair for the first time. And I think it's new GM's month, either this month or it starts in March. I'm not sure because I am so not a new GM that I don't keep track of it. But anyway, it's either just ending or just beginning new GM's month anyway. So it's a good time to talk about it. That this person stepped up and volunteered during a break in their regular game to run RuneQuest for people, and they had less than a good experience because there was a very experienced role player, someone like 35 plus years, who really wasn't that kind to them about it and left in the middle of the game and then gave them some like unasked for feedback at the end about that was like kind of negative. So I want to just say, first of all, like if you're out there and you're newer, and hopefully we're reaching people who are newer RPGers, like don't like run a game. Like it's intimidating. I'm not going to lie to you. You will be afraid of making mistakes. I'm going to just be completely honest with you that you will make mistakes. I've made mistakes every single time I've run a game. 100%. I now make mistakes running games with people watching me. So it just happens and you got to embrace that and whatever, like, embrace also the fact that you're human and you will make mistakes and it's cool. And the people around you should be cool with that too. Because ultimately, when you find your voice as a GM, it's a very rewarding experience. I think I probably like it more than playing now, honestly. And that's a far shot from where I began. I hated jamming when I started, like hated running games when the first times I did it. I only literally did it because like it was a social contract. I was like, well, these other people did it, so now I have to do it for them. But I grew into it. I don't know if anyone else has anything to say about first time jamming, because then I'm going to get to the player part of the social contract.
I also really like GMing, I think, more than playing, just because I tend to be like a passive player. So like GMing kind of keeps me like active.
Forces you to be active
in the game. Yeah. But I also had a really terrible time like my first few sessions. But I will say, like, for GMing, it's one of those things that you really only get better by doing it more. Like it's
a skill.
It's absolutely a skill. It's like impossible really to prepare. Like I, in my OCD-ness, like prepared for a year. Like I hardcore prepared, dedicated for a year. And most of it did not help me.
Last night, David, like, shockingly enough, there is no advice in the book for what happens when the players put the polluted water directly into their eye on purpose.
Yeah, it's well, it's funny. That was my idea. I was like, let's try putting it in the eyes. Just one eye though, because I don't want to be super blind.
One eye.
So not both eyes, just one. But yeah, you really
is what happens. But go on.
Honestly, if you want to get better at it, it's one of those things where you just kind of have to keep doing it, and you'll get used to pacing. And one of the really cool things that I love about GMs and like playing with different GMs is that Christian talked about this a little bit, but every single GM has their own like style and their own strengths, right? There are some things that I'm bad at. There are some things that I am good at, and that's true of like everyone, right? So you get to experience different things and enjoy different things from different GMs. Yeah.
GMing is a lot like writing. It's seriously a lot like writing. The way that all writers have their own voice and style and unique things. That is GMing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Kind of.
Got anything on that one?
Go ahead, sir.
I fucking hate GMing. No,
except for story brewers.
So, well, you mean, heart,
but when you
heart
do
eyes,
you knock it out of the park.
Flowers in the background, story brewers. No, I don't hate it. I just distinctly prefer playing. But for the things that I do GM and the things that I have found that I enjoy GMing, is I've figured out that if a system has less rules but solid structure, it's what I tend to like. So like if you're worried about GMing, like learn from me. The first game I ever GM'd was Pathfinder because I thought that was a good fucking idea.
That was my first game too.
Right? And
so many rules.
It's just so many rules. And there were literally points where I told my players, like, hey, this is technically a rule, and we're ignoring it because it's stupid and I don't like it. And then in games more like Story Brewers or like I'll shout out Short Order Apocalypse, my child, which I will run at any moment. Games that have, all right, here's your basic structure. Go with it. So just find the kind of game that you like running and go with that. It doesn't have to be the big game. RuneQuest, I could never fucking run RuneQuest. D&D, could not run D&D. Find your niche and run with it and love it. And it doesn't have to be everyone else's niche.
Nope.
Your child.
No, it's actually better if it's not, as far as I'm concerned, because like the world needs people running other games too, and that's like desperately, as far as I'm concerned, needs people running other games. So the second part of the social contract.
Really quickly, aside, before you go into the player thing, just random aside thing. I have no idea how good this is. I've not really looked in depth to it. And maybe this is what you're talking about, Christian. There is this thing for our RuneQuest fans out there. There's this thing that I had just stumbled upon, I think, in the last month called, I think it's New Game Master Month or something. RuneQuest is part of something right now where they're teaching like a month-long or a year-long course on how to be a GM and giving you GM tips and planning your adventure. Awesome. Yeah. So RuneQuest is a part of it, along with like Numenera, along with like a couple other Chaosium games. Look at it. If you type in newgamemastermonth.com, they are posting kind of tips and kind of walking you through step-by-step planning your own adventure and like how to be a DM. So if you're new to being a DM, this course is out there. I don't know how good it is, but just spreading the word on it.
Check it out.
Yeah.
It's like 6 or 7 game systems that they're kind of walking you through that you get to choose one.
I just posted it in chat for anyone that is interested.
It's free, right? It's free too, right?
I believe it is free. It's just like blog posts.
What you want, something like that.
No, it's just like blog posts. So you kind of go in, you read the blog post, kind of do the exercises or things like that. But again, I have not reviewed this, so it could be terrible.
Yeah, check out. Use your discretion.
Use your discretion.
Yeah. No, the second thing I wanted to talk about was like on the other side of that, like if you're a player, the social contract of that, particularly because we have in general, like, there are people walking around like me or Amber or Jess or Sarah, where like all of us here have like decades of experience playing games, right? Some of us more than others. But I mean, if we added up all the years that we've been playing games, we're probably like plus 100, right? Right. So, like, that being said, if you're sitting at a table with people who are less experienced than you and they're running a game and they're earlier in their career running a game, first of all, like, thank them for doing that and give them like the props that they deserve. But secondly, like, it's your job to help them.
Oh yeah, and you don't mean by pointing out everything they're doing wrong and citing rules and contradicting them. That's not helpful.
What I mean is, if you see them struggling with pacing, you do something in character to help with that. If you feel like it's lagging, because usually when people talk about pacing, it means that things lag. You're a character. You can go and do something.
You can move the plot.
You can move the plot forward. If the other players aren't biting on the hook, you bite on the hook. You do the dumb things. Maybe you show the other players that failure's okay, but it's your job to help that person and like be a good steward for our hobby, because if we don't have younger people playing them and people don't start like watching, don't start GMing, then there isn't a hobby. So, bad first experiences scare people away from it. And that's the thing that concerns me. Don't be like, you got this rule wrong, you got that rule wrong, you're not, honoring player agency or whatever. Don't do that. Like, don't. Like, people are going to make mistakes when they play the game earlier. If people ask you for advice afterwards, by all means do that. But don't be a critic. Nobody likes critics. Unwarranted criticism.
Yeah,
that's all I got. Yeah.
I was just going to say, I think like being like either whether you're a new or old GM, just be nice to your GMs, like be kind, because like
just be nice, like don't be a dick.
Being a GM
everything
takes like an immense amount of work, and honestly, even outside of the work to be a GM, a GM is putting so much of their heart and excitement into what they're running.
Yeah.
you know?
To where when if you get that, like, that main word or phrase is crushing to you. If you put like your heart and soul into something, it's crushing.
Yeah. And it's, and like I said, it's a skill. It is labor. And when in most friends groups, it is unpaid labor. And it's a skill that has value. I get paid to GM sometimes. But most GMs in their friends groups do not, like, and that doesn't mean that is worth any less. So appreciate what they're doing for you. And if you're an experienced player at a table with an inexperienced GM, you have probably more impact on the quality that game is going to be than even that inexperienced GM is right there for everybody else. Like, if you've been playing for a long time, in theory, you know what good pacing is. You know when the spotlight is being unevenly shared. Maybe go ahead and interact with one of those quiet players. Go over there, bring them out. Like you can do all of that. You can steer from the back seat in RPGs. So help your GM out. And in theory too, like in groups that have been together for a long time, playing for a while, when somebody who's never GM before steps up to GM, in theory, I would think that these are all your friends. So, like, be nice to your friends. You should like these people if you've been playing with them for many years. If you don't like the people you're playing with, like, you should probably find another group. Like, life's too short. There's also nothing wrong with that too. Like, if GMs and players have dramatically different styles, sometimes there's a huge array of the way people like their games to go. And sometimes a GM and a player are just not compatible. That doesn't mean the GM is garbage or that the player is garbage necessarily. Just means you like different things in your games. And it's okay to wish somebody the best of luck, like, have fun, guys, and then, like, go and find a game that is more combative if that's what you're into, or more story focused if that's what you're into, or explores dark themes or light themes, whatever it is that you like. You can celebrate the diversity in games and still support people and recognize that, like, this one's not for me, but you're doing a bang up job. You guys look like you're having a blast. Like, keep going.
Yep. Enough said. I think that's all. I'm being serious. I just, I felt like last session I was on the soapbox about something, and I had to get on the soapbox on this one too.
Like AI, new GMs.
that was just like old man rant last time. This time, but I think this one's wanted too, because I hate to see, like, it's funny because, like, I remember when I started, there were like older guys and people, and they were kind of like gatekeepery, honestly.
Yeah, this is how the hobby dies.
Right.
Don't do this.
And it was like those people suck. I remember thinking those people sucked, and now I'm like old enough to be one of those people, and I was always like, I'm never going to be one of them. And it just sucks now to see those people being that way still, and being like, you live through this. I just feel like you shouldn't be that way. Like, don't. Why crap on someone else's fun? Why would you do that? There's enough things to be upset about in the world. Go be upset about those things and have fun with your friends.
We go here to escape reality into a more pleasant reality where we have friends, money, healthcare.
we go to escape into a more pleasant reality where there's
Joanna O'Roy, we have healthcare.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair.
I was going to say, hi, it's me. I'm
healthcare.
Hi.
The adult fantasy of healthcare.
This Barbie's job is healthcare.
But that's only in America. We have non-American watchers.
Oh, that's true.
If you're not in America, if you're not from America and you're listening and you're hearing these healthcare jokes,
we're suffering.
Is everything as like,
everything heard is true or worse?
It's actually worse than what you've heard. So yeah. All right. So that's like enough. Kent will be joining.
Kent will be here soon.
It's probably good to just like recap and let's get started.
Okay.
Last time on RuneQuest, we finally made it down to the White Wall area. We are not actually at the White Wall city yet, but we have crossed the big-ass river between us and White Wall, and on the other side have found a small village that is besieged and beset by the predations of this horrible red witch, who has captured the ancestral spirit of their village and enslaved it, and also had chained the river spirit that was very important to the village's way of life. We went to the cave that the river spirit was trapped in, guarded by a terrible demon. We fought the demon. We killed the demon. Yes, go team! And put the bodies of all of their heroes and their brave folk who had gone forward to confront it and not made it to rest in the waters. Made a little bit of a friend out of the river spirit there, and then proceeded to go to the village. Where we rapidly realized that retaliation was going to be swift and fierce because birds were following us and watching us, witch birds. So news quickly got back of our interference in her plots, and she and a bunch of penitents rapidly headed toward our location. We managed to evacuate the village and get everyone, even the sick and the young, out in time. But it was close. They caught up with us at crossing the river itself, and we threw down Mr. Jesus God, my brother. I wanted to call him Yolo Swaggins, but Yolo Swaggins is the spirit he summoned. Kymreese, yes. Kymreese summoned the powerful wind spirit Yolo Swaggins to hold off the Red Witch and her penitents at the river. We do not know how that turned out because she was coming with a vengeance, and we had a lot of civilians to protect. So we beat it for the Troll Forest. We escaped into the Troll Forest there and used our Whiter's magical hidey abilities to hide our current camp in the deep dark woods of the Troll Forest. There are trolls in the Troll Forest. We have seen little bones and knickknacks and fetches and things hanging from trees and stuff. And we have not encountered our new neighbors yet, but we know that encounter is coming soon. Right now, kind of our pressing issues are we're hidden for the moment, but we have a lot of folks here who aren't necessarily all fighters, and we need to make sure that they are safe and settled in some way. We need to plot a way to continue to strike at the Lunar, strike back, deal with this witch in some way, and also make sure we don't start beef with the trolls if that is at all possible. Did I miss things?
No,
hey,
I think you got it all right.
I'm so sorry. I'm about to ruin everything. My Zoom window is gone, and
you're still here.
You are still here. I can see you.
But I can't see you. I don't have a Zoom window. So
Wait, hang on? What if I put something in the chat? Will it pop up?
Did anything pop up, Sarah?
The window's gone. So I'm gonna break everything.
That's okay. Kent's
and then Kent, right after we get it sorted, Kent will come back and break
sorry.
it.
Today is an episode of breaking things. That's okay.
Yeah, well, there it is.
Weird. Bryn tried to stay behind in the river and fight all 40 penitents and the Red Witch. She just stopped and she was like, "Err!" And I was like, "No!" And then Discar just picked her up and carried her away.
I wanted to fight with the river alongside her.
Because she's small and he tall.
My cousin.
Yeah, she's popping back in.
Rue is so relieved that he did that, so Rue does not have to.
All right, I'm gonna
honestly, that's true. That would have been better.
That would have been way worse.
A different fight.
that would have been an issue.
I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck happened.
No,
Sarah's over here now.
Wee. Woobly woobly.
I think everybody who's watching gets to see how the sausage is made because they get to see me stick you all back in your places now.
And then they'll get to see it again when Kent.
Yes, they will when Kent shows up.
Hey, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say the thing that I meant to say earlier, and then totally forgot to say when we were talking about things we wanted to talk about. Guys, My Late Father's Correspondence, the latest RPG from Story Brewers, fully kickstarted in less than 1 day.
Yep.
And
awesome.
They are now $10,000 over their goal and are continuing to give updates and add on additional things. It is still not too late. You have 4 more days if you do wish to pledge. I am not sponsor me, please. I am not sponsored by them, but I would get a Story Brewers tattoo if they sponsored me. I don't care. I love these people.
It was such a good game system.
It was so
cool.
So there are 4 more days in their campaign. Again, wonderful company, run by wonderful people, wonderful Discord community that I'm part of. And yeah, so just if you have any interest in story-driven, narrative-driven RPGs, please give them a look. They are beautiful, beautiful people. And they have some free games at their website, too.
Yeah, they have some really other great games, too. Obviously, Good Society is one, but there's a couple others, too. And one of the things that I'm happy to see was I remember, it was maybe a year ago, I was reading one of their blog posts on their website, and they were this close to being just full-time game designers. and like quitting the day job. And I hope that has happened for them by this time, because that'd just be really cool. They deserve it.
And if you're in the Discord, you will get little sneak peeks of some of the stuff that they are playtesting. I signed up for a playtest. A lot of other people did, so I hope I get in. But there's a lot of people that signed up, so we'll see. But yeah, just good shit. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm just popping a couple things in the Zoom chat that you guys need to see. And then I redid that for you, Sarah, because you were out, so you probably missed it.
Because I died, yeah.
Then... I think this should go in correctly. Let's see. Just take it a bit.
Christian, I need you to read John in chat. That's what AI should be doing, moving us around, putting us in the correct ovals.
Yeah, and that's what I want you to do, honestly. Bitch. Put us in the right
honestly,
ovals.
I totally, if it would do that, that would be a use that I would appreciate, honestly.
Put me in my oval.
AI shuffles us into right ovals, but we all have 6 fingers now.
Run the stream for me so I don't have to sit here and run RuneQuest and also worry about, why is our buffering, why am I dropping frames? Why is this happening? This is all the crap that I see. Yeah. Did it not open yet? Hold on a minute. The thing I just put in, did it open for you?
Trollwood scale.
That's your camp. If you open it, it should open. It opens for me as a PNG.
Yeah.
That's your camp. That's
making me save it first.
Yeah, I usually have to do that too.
But that's pretty.
That's Dungeon Alchemist. So just for everyone at home, there's the camp. They can see it too now.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah. And so it's on a rocky bluff. The good news is there's only one way kind of up to the bluff. It's very easily defended.
Christian, you fucking overachiever.
Behind you, dude. It took me Dungeon Alchemist. Seriously, that took me 15 minutes.
Shit.
It's Dungeon Alchemist, you'd be I want a forest, and it kind of fills it all already, and then you just add in the things that you want, the little camp houses and stuff. Here's Ken.
Hey,
broken again.
Round 2.
Okay, watch me do this all again, guys.
Wait for his video, right?
Oh,
I think
it doesn't matter as long as he's in the thing.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm here.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey, Ken.
Right. Hey, Ken.
Hello,
we've just done recap, Ken. So you're
nice.
You're
perfect timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are smallest dickus right now for everyone, Christian.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Awesome. They get to see that at home. Yes, I name myself something different every time in Zoom chat, and today I'm smallest dickus. So.
The less popular cousin of Biggest Dickus.
The very unloved cousin of Biggest Dickus.
Here, you know what? Since we're having our little fap about, I think it's time to annoy my cat.
The void.
Winnie, say hi to everybody.
The pit of pure darkness comes closer.
Amber, that's immediately what I thought of when you sent me the painting.
Yeah, it's Winnie's.
How did you not think of that? I was like, it's 3 Winnies.
It's literally
say hi to
Winnie's.
chat. Winnie, look at the camera. Say hi to chat.
Eyes.
Elegant.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Oh, my God.
The painting by a human person.
That's my first thought. But the cat on the left is so big. I was like, why is that one cat so much bigger than the other?
Because she's my big, fat, beautiful
Because that one
princess.
cat gets 1.5 dinners.
She's not fighting me holding her like this.
Aww.
Yeah, hold her for one more second, Sarah, because she's not up yet. Her peoples need to see her.
I would get Burger, but Burger has burrowed under my blankets into my sheets where she's not supposed to be once again.
Winnie,
that's
your
what makes
kingdom
them.
Awaits
she's
you.
supposed to be everywhere.
That's what makes it a comfortable place to be, Mom.
Yep.
Your kingdom awaits.
Oh, you
There
put
you
this
go.
duvet. You make your bed every morning so I don't get fur in the sheets. Oh, we'll see about that.
Here. Can you say hi to? Can you look at the camera? Say hi to chat. Can you look?
Hello.
Just
look
the
at the
giant
camera.
ball of fluff.
I see the teeth in the eye.
You saw teeth?
I actually, in hindsight, think that was the shine in her eyes that was like teeth
Yeah.
because
You
she's
can,
so black.
You can go back to your blankie now. Thank you, Winnie. I love you. She's leaving me. She's like, fuck this. I'm going to see Dad.
The funny thing about Winnie is that she looks like a very grumpy cat. And then when you meet her, She is the biggest muffin that you've ever met in your life. She is so adorable.
Yeah. Okay. She's like, she looks so pissed off on camera because her fur just like covers her eyes. But then you like sit down near her and she's just like,
bonus doggo.
Hello.
Yep. Hercules.
Okay,
he looks very cute right now. He's like,
yes.
He's posing.
Yeah.
He's doing a little
I know enough to just shut up when there's an animal on screen. It's
we
like,
have the familiars.
You never compete with an animal in showbiz. Yeah.
I'm listening. I have to get rid of cups.
Yeah, no worries. So that's your camp. So this is situated. The upside of that map is actually the east. The down is west. So down is back towards like the river and like the open lands and the road and the lunars. Up is back more towards the mountains and deeper into the Trollwood. So the ramp up is actually towards the Trollwood. Which is good because if lunars come in, they're going to conceivably be coming in from uphill, west to east. But you also have trolls could conceivably come from the other way. The good news is like the whole knoll is pretty much hidden by Shavashak's magic. So, but that's what it looks like. So you guys are up there and
remind me again, have the trolls been generally neutral?
Neutral to what?
To like the lunar incursions and stuff like that?
So some trolls live within the Lunar Empire and are like on decent terms with them.
Okay.
Not necessarily great terms, but like okay terms. The trolls that live around you guys, the two biggest troll like kind of kingdoms would be Dagori and Karth, which is north of you guys, which is where like Crag Spider is the queen, and they have largely been untouched by it. The lunars, and to the south you have the Shadow Plateau, which is not too far south from Whitewall, which is where a bunch of trolls live in these troll woods where, again, by and large, the lunars have not invaded the Shadow Plateau.
Not their circus, not their monkeys yet.
Yeah, so they typically wouldn't. So in general, I would say neutral. I would say that trolls are not very big fans of chaos or the sun or people who like the sun. So use that information for what you will. Yeah.
Fuck this god in particular.
Yeah, these Yelm sucks
you big fucking nerd.
Yelm sucks in every culture. And in April we'll have a book about him, and I can't wait. So that's the way things look. We'll start with it is now. Where was my notes? Hold on a minute. Where the fuck are my notes?
We made camp the first night.
It was Stasis Week. Yeah, so it is Freeze Day of Stasis Week. So it is 2 days after Stasis Week. Yep, which is like
the days.
We're getting late in Freeze Day is like Sunday, or actually it's Monday.
Okay,
so
got a few days.
You got some time before you wolf out. It is like that's like the middle of spring. So you guys have been out this for like 4 weeks. It's been about 4 weeks of like traveling around, doing shit. Leaving, going to the Sunbury lands, getting down here, all that stuff. You've been doing stuff, but yesterday was the day that you did all the stuff you did. So you really just set up here. Oh, you're just starting. Actually, I think that was 2 days ago. So you've been here a day. Let's say it that way. All right. You're in camp. Aurisa, you have like a bunch of new people. What are you doing with them? I'll start with you.
Yeah. So Aurisa so these are the people from the town, correct?
Correct.
So she would check with one of the leaders to see if there is anyone in particular that they know might require additional care or needs assistance with things. Basically just like, hey, who should I keep a particular eye out for, or who might need help?
Sure. Well, the leader, I have to find his name. Hold on a second.
Or it doesn't even have to be a leader, if just someone that would know people, like someone elderly maybe, or
one of the older women probably would know all that stuff.
I will give you a name. Hold on a minute. I have a name generator, which I'm going to use right now. boop, back to Balazar.com has a Glorantha name generator, everyone, if you don't know it. And you should use it because I use it all the time. Canarios Riverborn. Write that one down.
Yeah.
Canarios Riverborn. She's one of the older kind of grannies who's there. Most of these people you got out here, there's about 40 of them. They're non-combatants. They're children, older men, and older women, and just women in general. So you didn't get a lot of
because a lot of their combatants died and got hung from that tree.
Right. Or went to Whitewall. So they're not around anymore. So yeah. But yeah, so Canarios. I'm sorry.
Canarios. Yeah.
Canarios Riverborn. She's like, oh, yes, White Sister. What can I help you with?
I just wanted to see if there was anyone that might need additional assistance or aid after the evacuation. I know we're without the comforts of our home, and if there's anyone that might need any extra care or anything I can assist with.
Nobody in particular, but there's some scrapes and bruises, and we're all pretty sore. It's been a long, long time before I've been out and about in the wilderness. I'll tell you that much, dear.
Well, hopefully.
Nothing wrong with the camp. I appreciate it, and I appreciate a warm fire, but I am missing my home.
We are too. I understand.
Okay.
Let me make some tea.
We would love that.
And she'll go make a cup of some herbal tea as with whatever she can.
Okay.
Wasn't there like a pine tea?
Needle? Yeah, I think
pine needle tea.
Pine
Yeah,
needle
that I
tea.
really want to try in real life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do want to try it in real life too, actually.
We're gonna be like,
I'm sure it tastes like ass, but I still want to try it.
But like, pine smells so good. I bet it would be good
does.
with honey and lemon. Like, you're just gonna mix it with the right things.
But isn't everything good with honey and lemon? Let's be honest. Like,
You're
a
not
lot of
wrong.
things are. It's true.
yeah. So, all right. So you occupy yourself with that.
Yeah.
And she sits and talks with you for a while if you want to like ask her for information about the area or what have you. Anything you really want to ask. She's not quite as old as your grandma, but she's up there. She's definitely lived here for a long time, so she could give you some info.
Yeah, so once she kind of has gone around serving the tea, she'll save the last cup for herself and she'll sit down and just if you don't mind my asking, how long was it ago when the Lunars stepped in?
Oh, when they came south in 1619, so that would be a little over a year ago now. And because it's 1621 right now, I think.
Oh, that's my birth year. I see. Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
I was
hold on.
Never mind.
Hold on, let me double check.
That makes more sense.
I'm fairly certain we're 1621. Hold on, we might be 1620. Nope, it's sea season 1621. So we're in the spring of 21. They came south in 1619, which is when the siege of Whitewall started.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they came south and pretty much blasted right through Hendrickland. And Bryan, he's a wonderful king. He's a great king. I have faith in him, but I just never really seen anything like them come to lands. We fought trolls and each other and Ezrolians forever, but nothing like them.
I don't think anyone can be quite prepared for the Lunars, unfortunately.
I think you're right. Valintar, now he would have been prepared, but he's not our king anymore, or our pharaoh.
Does Aurisa have context for that?
Mm-hmm. Somewhat. You know that all of the Holy Land used to be united. So the Holy Land is Ezrolia, Fjordland, the Shadow Plateau, merfolk who live in the bay, and this other place called God Forgot. There's like 5 areas that were united under like this one guy who was called Blintar. He was like a god king. You know that he like changed bodies. They used to have something called the Tournament of Masters of Luck and Death. And he would like, someone else would like, you go through this tournament. If you win, you'd be like, great, you lose your soul because Blintar takes it now. And now he has your body. But, it doesn't sound like that great, but that's what happened. And he was like,
this is the worst tournament ever.
Yeah, he was like a magically powerful dude who ruled all of this stuff. But something happened to him. He did beat the Lunars. They tried to invade one more time. It's called the Building Wall Battle. He beat them off. And then that he like disappeared, but you don't know the whole story.
I know he managed to fight back the Lunars.
The building wall. My brother, he fought in it.
What happened?
Wasn't that long. We mazed the magic wall, I think. And hold on, let me just double check that. I'm pretty sure he mazed the magic wall. Hold on a minute. I just want to make sure I'm right, so I don't get yelled at by Gloranthan people.
Has the Gloranthan person come and yelled at you about lore yet?
They've been really nice by and large, but I also try very hard to be right about things.
Fair.
So it was. Just Gloranthan Wiki just says that it was a battle between the Lunar Empire and the Holy Country, fought between 1605. I'm pretty sure I remember he raised like this magical wall, and which is still there, and then just held them off. So that's what happened. I'm like 70% certain that's what happened. That I remember. So raised the wall, and we fought them off as they were coming. And now I'm remembering it. There was a wall, and it had parts of the whole Holy Country. So it had some volcanic ash, and it had some seashells, and it had a little bit of all of us. But we fought them all, those bastards. We fought them off. Sent them packing. Sent that Fazir know-it-all packing.
What happened to the wall? That sounds incredible.
No, it's still there.
It is still there.
I'm pretty sure it's still there. There's a map with a wall on it. Yeah, there is.
Let me put it that way. Chat.
Yeah.
Hey, chat. Answer Arisa's
question. Is the wall still there?
Is the wall still there?
I'm pretty sure it is. There's a map with it. I'm pretty sure it's there. Yeah. But sadly, it's came time for the Tournament of Masters Luck and Death, and I heard tell that some sort of red sword woman showed up in the hero plane, and she cut Blintar to pieces, and his pieces are hidden all throughout the god time, and they'll never be back.
That sounds familiar.
What am I missing, Jess? What does it sound familiar to? Shit.
No, it just reminds me of, I guess cut to pieces and like hid everywhere. It makes me think of a dragon.
Yeah. Ooh, good one. Yeah.
A fate that befalls many in Gloranthan.
Yeah.
Chris, I have to make this joke. Chris went in chat. And the Lunar, Blintar was so great, he built the wall and even had the Lunars pay for it.
You leave this poor fictional woman alone. Don't you dare do this to this woman that did not exist until now. That is an insult.
I know it is. I'm sorry.
You leave this
is where we go to escape reality.
The Lunars are not sending their best people. No, okay. I'm sorry.
I will definitely.
That means he will be one of ours, motherfucker. No.
They actually are sending their best people. Okay.
Oh, that's true.
My God.
So anyway, that's the story. It was a tournament. He got sliced to death in Hero Quest area zone in the hero plane, and he's by a red swordswoman, and that was the end of him. And that was after that the holy country had fractured, and everyone fell to bickering because the Israelians, the grandmothers, they don't trust the Hortling men, and the trolls they withdrew to themselves, and the merfolk they withdrew to the City of Wonders, and yeah.
The trolls you were allied with, were they the ones in this area?
No, fuck them.
Understood.
No, fuck.
We're hoping to find...
Yes and no. We didn't like doing it, I'll put it that way. The Kitori, we have fought dwarves with them too. I lost my first husband to them during the war with your own old king who built these walls, Tarkalar. He built the roads down here and the bridge when we fought the Kitori. That was before Grizzly Peak. The battle at Grizzly Peak, where most of your grandparents fought in or involved in one way or another.
Parents died.
Yeah.
No.
Your grandma did die.
My grandfather died there, though.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's just been a lot of fighting here for a very long time. Balintari stopped it all. Before that, it was only Old One who stopped it all. But he was a troll or trollish, and so people still harbor that resentment to the Kitori because they collected the taxes for him. You know this. So before Balintar...
Yeah, I'm like, shit, I'm trying to...
Before Balintar, there was a guy called the Only Old One who had the Palace of Black Glass where the Shadow Plateau is. And he wasn't a troll, but he was enough of a troll. He was the son of Agan Argar, who is a troll god. And so he united everyone. And all his children were equal, but the trolls were a little more equal. So the Kitori were the ones who collected his taxes and stuff like that. So there's, old resentments die hard. But Balintar just swam out of the ocean one day, kicked the Only Old One's ass, and then he was the new king. Yeah.
Swam out of the ocean.
Hello.
Literally showed up out of the ocean and was like, let's go.
I'm here now.
Yep. Built this city called the City of Wonders, which is in the middle of the bay, and it actually has something called the fish roads. So you can, if you breathe air, you can get there because you can you breathe air when you go there. Part of it's underwater, part of it's above water. And if you're a water breather, you can take the fish roads up into the city. So merfolk can be in some of the cities in Israelia and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's sick as fuck.
That's so cool.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe of mer people and stuff like that, and if the waters and stuff. Before you were trying to make a
defeat the Lunars in our landlocked country with superior naval power.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more on board if you get into that situation. Before you were trying to make a maybe out of ducks on rafts. I just don't know how that was gonna work.
So yeah, the Kitori and the trolls live in the wood here. We fight with them on and off. Now in the day, we try to mostly try to stay away from each other. I know your magic protects you somehow from being found, but mark my words, they know you're here.
Oh, I have no doubt about that. We want to leave this place as untouched as possible.
This is a wise idea. You don't want to make enemies everywhere you go.
We're trying to do the opposite. We lost our homeland too. So
I heard. I admire you for doing what you're doing, fighting back.
Someone's got to do something.
It's true.
I'm not a fighter, but...
Oh, you all fight in our own way, dear.
It's important to protect what we love,
It is. Des, what are you doing?
So we're just still in the camp, right?
Or around the camp. I will tell you that unless you have something particularly doing, you are being alerted because you're the most wildernessy person.
Yep.
So people just kind of report this stuff to you. They're finding these little troll tracks all around the camp, and now they've started to find bigger ones too.
I remember finding some bigger ones at the end of last session. So
yep.
The smaller ones, I don't think we're too worried with. It's the bigger ones if they start coming closer.
Mm-hmm. So, you don't need to roll for this really, because people point the tracks out to you. You can see that, like, looking around, like the little ones are like kind of like the little ones are way more common by far. The bigger ones that you found look like they followed tracks of people who've like left the camp and come back, and then when they get to near where your camp is, where it's hidden, now you see them starting to kind of like look for where your trail disappeared, and they can't find it, and eventually they head off deeper into the woods.
Okay.
Okay, well that's good.
We should gather some offerings, like peace offerings, and go out there, follow the tracks a ways, and leave it for them.
Would it be bad to try and like, instead of leaving offerings, like actually go to them and try and like communicate and like talk to them in a small group?
I like the idea of softening them up a little bit first, building a little bit of goodwill before we just show up.
Sure, you can leave as many gifts as you want, but if you kill a child, then
Oh, we having shit. Are you having this in character, this conversation?
no, because Rue's avoiding me.
I've been hiding from Bryn for like 4 days now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like everywhere. I'm like causing distractions.
Like you can leave as many gifts as you want, but if you think you killed a child, I don't know what your gifts are gonna do.
I mean, they don't know. They might not know it was me.
That's
sorry.
True.
So yeah, Des. So that's that's what you see. Find.
All right.
If I may, since Rue is also avoiding me and like didn't come back to our tent, I am going to crash and third wheel Des and Ezreal for the day and just huff around.
She breaks into their tent like a toddler that had a bad dream and squeezes in right between them and sleeps there.
She's the fucking
I'm also
for a while.
Yeah. I'm also really upset about like these people losing their home and like watching the Lunars kind of force
and
another
upset about Des
group.
grabbing you and hauling you away like luggage.
I'm more upset about the Lunars. So like I am also along with why am I suddenly blanking on your character's name, Sarah? Along with Aurisa. Yeah, along with Aurisa, like helping these folks settle in. But in between that, I am moping around with Des.
Are you with Des now looking at the tracks?
Yeah, but I'm not really looking at the tracks. I'm just kind of like huffing behind him.
So you're huffing.
He's sighing loudly a lot.
Yeah.
And you see Lonson coming toward you guys to find you, because you're just kind of like on the perimeter of the camp.
Okay, well, I immediately stop huffing and look sharp.
Okay. She comes over to find the two of you. She goes, "Oh, I was looking for some of you.
What happened? Is everything okay?"
No, it's fine. We had some people foraging west, just some good berry bushes and such. We're foraging for, and they spotted some scouts, Lunar Scouts.
How far away were they? How far away is that?
Still a ways, just on horse, not in the forest yet. But they're. I think we need to know that they're looking for us. So,
if
sooner or later they're going to come after us in force.
Is our Grove campsite still being hidden by Shabashak?
Yes. It's a pretty good camp kit. It's a rocky bluff, kind of like it's most, three of the four sides are pretty like steep forested hills. The only way up is back towards the Trollwood to the east. Yep. So they'd have to get around everything. So it's pretty defensible and hidden. So as long as you stay in the camp, you're probably pretty safe.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like
looking for you.
I was gonna say it's risky because like we shouldn't stay here long, but also like if we move and they're looking around, we're gonna be easier to find.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We also shouldn't stay here long.
Chances like we should let them, if anything, let them pass.
But I'm not here to share that opinion.
I don't know what did you just say, Amber?
I said we should stay here long, but I'm not here to share that opinion.
And no, like Des is kind of thinking the same. It's like if they're just looking for us and currently we're hiding, and
eventually they'll think we're not here anymore.
Yeah.
They'll think we.
Yeah, that's why he was
Left the
saying we
area.
should wait for them to pass.
yeah, like we'll wait for them to pass. Like hopefully it won't take that long. So just make sure that everyone stays in camp in the area that is hidden, and we'll just keep an eye out for those lunars and just like let them pass.
Okay. She specifically says it's not a force. She just looks like smaller
Scouts.
groups of mounted
Just scouts, yeah.
They're searching
looking
around
for
the area.
They're trying to find. They
They're
know
fanning
that
out, yeah.
They know there had to be more than just like 5 of you who did this, and now they're looking for you guys.
Well,
right?
it
So they're
was
trying to figure
only
out what
5.
Yeah. Right. Kymreese, by the way, is meditating. That's where he is, since Troy can't join us. He's off in the spirit world somewhere. Yeah, so that's what she says to you. We'll keep. I've given orders for everyone to stay close for now, but we're still going to have to send out foraging parties and things of that nature.
Yeah, as long as we like keep it smaller, we should be good. Don't go as far.
I'll keep you posted if there are any more.
All right.
Oh, she heads off. Rue, what are you doing?
I'm hiding with my mom.
Okay. Your mom has been
I'm
very
gonna help
busy
with whatever mom
cooking and,
thinks I can help with.
I'm going to say that she's probably at this point in time helping with like extra clothing and things like that for people who kind of like evacuated, like just all the things like they didn't get to grab. They're trying to like get substitutes or whatever. Yeah, source. So
anybody get a small shirt anymore for this person?
So she's in the middle of knitting. She's in the middle of, I think, probably I'll say like repairing some torn clothing, and you're just kind of like sitting there watching, and she's just like,
Mom.
Bryn,
yeah.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why are you with me so much? I'm not complaining, mind you. I'm just asking why you've been, usually you're following Bryn around as much as possible. I have noticed that you aren't. Has something happened between you guys? Did you have a fight or?
He can't lie to his mom, so he's just quiet for a moment. His mouth opens a little bit and no sound comes out. And then after a minute, I don't think we're fighting exactly, but...
Are you avoiding seeing her so you don't fight?
Yes.
Yeah. Ruin, you can't run away from your problems. What happens? I'm sure it's not as big of a deal as you think.
Oh, he gets serious.
What is it? She sees that and stops stitching.
I think I might have killed and eaten somebody last wild day.
What? How? Who? Nobody's missing.
Not one of ours.
Well, who then?
One of theirs. He looks out into the woods.
A troll? A big one or a little one?
Oh, a little one.
Okay, one of the trollkin?
I don't remember too well, but I think so.
All right, and you're worried because you think they'll be mad, or you think Bryn will be disgusted, or what?
I already told her, and she looked at me like she didn't know me.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
I mean, she's not wrong. I get it.
No. She comes over and sits right next to you. Listen, when you get in your state, I mean, I don't understand that. I've never experienced it, but I do understand that there's an element of a loss of control, and things can happen. You don't remember what happened. This thing could have attacked you or threatened you, and you were just defending yourself.
I ate it.
Well, that's what wolves do.
I mean, you didn't eat it, but
if it makes you feel any better, I do know that trolls don't really care much about the trollkin.
It doesn't make me feel better.
That's to your credit, I suppose.
Mom, there are a lot of strangers in camp now. People who don't look like or smell like my people.
And you're concerned because you think you might hurt one of them.
This has never happened before.
Have you considered praying to Telmore?
Oh, I've mostly been considering rope, cages,
We're not going to cage you like an animal, Rue.
Maybe I am an animal.
Stop that nonsense. Right now, you are my child, and you are not an animal.
I can be both.
Neither are any of the other Telmore, regardless of what anyone says about them. You have a curse, and that is something you cannot help. The biggest problem that we have is that you don't have anyone else of your kind around to give you advice.
I have Syl, but she's not particularly broken up about the trollkin. She's, she's Telmori, but she's not Horling.
I understand. Well, I know I can only speak of my own faith. Whenever I'm doubting something, I try to pray. I'm sure if you reached out, something will answer you.
Yeah.
But I can tell you this. You can't avoid Bryn forever, and she doesn't deserve that. You have to have a conversation about it at some point.
I know.
Don't make that face at me.
I'm not making... This is just the way my face is.
If you're brave enough to go into battle, you can be brave enough to talk to her.
I think I just, was hoping to pretend for a little while longer that everything was great.
That doesn't solve anything, Ro. Now, I mean, if you talk to her, you might be surprised. She might have just been shocked. You don't know because you haven't talked to her. But it will tell you that the longer you allow this to go on, the worse it will get.
You're right. I know you are.
Of course I'm right. I'm your mother.
And I'll try praying.
I remember a little about what your father would say about Telmore, and I mean, you're very unlike him in some ways, but very like him in others. But he didn't always seem very reverent, particularly of Telmore. Your father, he hated the curse that he was dealt with, and he hated the two natures that he had to live with. And he fought about it. I think he fought it. He was always fighting against it. And I think that led him to make all the choices that he's made in his life. And
is that why he converted?
I think so, yes. So if I can give you any answers, I would tell you on some level, you can never fight who you are, Will. You have to admit it and face it and learn how to deal with it.
Just really thought I already had.
I know you did. But just because you stumble a little on the path doesn't mean you're not on it anymore.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome, dear. Big mom hug.
Aww.
You still my
little mom
boy.
hug.
Yeah. Now go talk to her before things get worse.
I will by the end of the night.
All right.
I just there's another thing I want to do. Thanks. He's gonna get up and leave. He's got too much to think about. On the one hand, his mother is literally always right and has never been wrong even one time in her entire life. On the other hand, he is scared. I think he's gonna start going around camp and asking if people would like to donate a trinket or item or something as part of offering to maybe talk with the trolls.
You find people willing to give stuff up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
All
things
right.
mostly.
Yeah, little thing like
little,
like pair of earrings, little trinkets and things.
You start collecting stuff. A few people, even like Afar, is able to like give you some food, just a little bit. And so you're finding stuff. You see Lilia.
Hey.
Oh, hey. What's up?
I'm just putting together a collection. I think we should talk to our new neighbors before they make any decisions about us.
Oh, the trolls. Okay. What are you collecting?
Anything. It's more the gesture than the actual items at this point.
Right. Okay. Hold on a second.
Some people have given things that would tell them a little bit about who we are. Others like useful items.
She rummages around and she comes up with a you know what? I don't need this. She has a ring. It's just like a very like not tarnished, but like a scratched up silver ring.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine. Take it.
Thank you.
Nothing but bad memories. I've been meaning to talk to you anyway about some things I've been thinking about. We should get some horses.
Lunar horses. I assume.
Just horses. Well, I mean, horses. I know how to ride. I'm sure other people do, but we could have some cavalry or people on horses make better scouts. I know how to ride and shoot a bow from horseback. I could teach people how to do that.
That is an excellent idea, and I like it doubly well if we source them from the Lunars. One less for them and one more for us.
They have okay horses. If we could find some grazer lander horses, that'd be better because they have the best ones. But horses are horses.
Yeah, I can put together a group that can work on that.
Right,
I have a horse that doesn't like me very much. But if you would like to work with him more, he's
okay. I've seen. I didn't realize it was yours.
Yeah, he can smell me, so he's a little bit
I can understand that. I mean, there's not that there's anything wrong with you or anything, but I can understand.
I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll work with that.
Yeah, he doesn't get ridden nearly enough. If you want to brush up with him, maybe start working with a few promising students.
I will do that. I've just been thinking because we really need to come up with some plans. I know that we've only been here a while, but they're going to be after us sooner or later, and we need to be prepared for that.
Cavalry is an excellent idea.
They're probably going to come after us when the moon is full because that's when their magic is stronger.
I like the idea of staying in the Trollwood for now.
But if we fight them when the moon is dark, that's when their magic is weakest.
And that's when the magic of the Trollwood is strongest.
My father taught me a lot about the Lunars. So.
All right. How long are we until the moon right now? Question. Out of character.
Hold on a second. It is a full moon today. So they're
well, fuck. Not a ton of time.
No. I'm sorry. It is a.
I'm like, well, fuck. Not a ton of time.
It is a waning moon. So is tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the black of the moon.
Okay, so
and
we've got
and then you'll have 2 days of black, and then
2-ish weeks we've got if it's a 28-day calendar.
No, it's a weekly calendar, the red moon.
Oh.
So you got 2 days. You got 2 days of black moon, and you have every Friday when you wolf out is a full moon.
Oh shit! They're strongest, and so am I.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I will work on those horses for you.
Right. One other thing I know, and she was present when you had some conversations about Whitewall, right? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. She wouldn't have been excluded.
I've been thinking about. I don't think there's going to be a way for you physically to get into that place. If they were smart, they would have blocked every entrance in, and I'm sure they're smart.
Current plan hinges upon a talking bird. So,
have you sent the bird?
Not yet, but I want to very soon.
Okay. Well, if the ways are blocked, and I expect that they are, the only other way to get in would be through myth.
It's one of your areas of expertise, yes?
Not necessarily the stories, but my ancestor, Arcot, well, he knew a thing or two about playing with the stories and getting where he wanted to be.
Let me send Vesper. If we can establish communication, we can find out what they need that we could possibly get them. And that will make our attempts more efficient. But if we are to breach Whitewall, we'll need you.
All right. I'll help as much as I can.
Anything we should do ahead of time to prepare, let us know.
It depends on, so when you're doing these things, if you're going to do a hero quest like that, a lot of things have to align, because you want to align to the myth that you're living or you're entering. So it might depend on, you might have to go at a particular season or festival or something like that. So, sooner we start on it and get a good idea, the better, because we'll have more time to prepare.
What ancestor of ours has a mythic link to Whitewall that we can use? Which one was it?
God, almost all of them.
All of them? Okay, cool.
Hjort, Orlanth, Vinga and Orlanth fought the sea there.
Awesome.
Hjort went in there and took over it at some point in time. The Emperor of Worm's friends has been there. It has been the seat where all of the kings of Hjortland have been confirmed as the king. It is a sacred Orlanth place.
So we've got plenty of connections to choose from.
You've got
basically
all sorts of connections to choose from. Yeah. That's not your problem. It's just picking the right one. Basically.
Yeah, I would like to actually. Are you particularly busy right now? Do you have a little while to chat with someone?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
I want to introduce you to Morganeth.
Okay.
She's our high priestess of Ronalda, and
I've seen her around.
I think of everyone here today, she knows the most of our myths.
Perfect.
You two wouldn't mind chatting and collaborating.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't not listen to our myths growing up, but I had a lot on my mind for a lot of sessions, so I am not the best first. But Rue will find Morganeth, and if she's not super busy, he will introduce them to each other and explain to Morganeth, what they might be looking to do in the future. And Morganeth Lilia's expertise.
Sitting and kind of directing women of the camp and just general camp stuff.
She's supervising.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah,
Rue will come on over and make the introduction then.
She doesn't turn her head because she doesn't. I mean, she can see a little bit, but she doesn't see so great. But she's like, "Hello, Ruin."
Hey, Morganeth. I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to Lilia directly, but
very briefly. Hello, my dear. How are you? Oh, very well,
yes,
madam.
May Christian talk to himself.
Nice to meet you. Right. Well, what can I do? Morganeth seems a little cool. tour, you notice.
It's okay. We're all gonna have to be flexible. We might need to hero quest to get our way into Whitewall at some point.
Oh, all
soon.
right.
And Lilia has some knowledge on the process, the subject.
Where would she have acquired that knowledge? Oh, just here or there, ma'am. You
She's
could say
astute.
I've had an eclectic education. Right, of course you have, my dear. So,
as nobility does.
You need me to help with myths?
Yeah. I was wondering if you had some time to maybe tell Lilia a few of our myths about Vinga, Orlanth, Cure.
Of course. I would assume in relation to Whitewall.
Yes.
Well, Vingat and Orlanth himself fought the Watcher Rage at Whitewall. That is the high point of the sea's invasion of the land, and they fought it off there. And it since then has been a sacred place to not only Orlanth, it's one of his greatest temples, but also to several other of the Lightbringers. And
Rue is going to leave them
the
to talk.
Hendriki Krings have been... She stops as you're trying to sneak away, but she still hears you, and she's like, have a good day, Ruin.
Thank you, Morganath.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lilia.
And of course.
I'm going to let the NPCs exchange useful information as part of preparation, so like that I can do other preparation.
Yeah. She's going on. And then all the Hendriki Kings have been, ordained there. And
Grandma,
so
can you tell our new friends a story?
Yeah. Walk away.
I'm going to wrangle this moment while
that's
Rue
a perfect moment to wrangle.
squoodles away and lets the NPCs yap at each other to say hello to all the raiders. Thank you so much. Proficiency bonus. Thank you for the raid. Everyone that popped in. Hi. We are 5/7 of DMs After Dark. We are a group of friends that play RPGs together and randomly played a game of Call of Cthulhu together and decided, hey, we like each other and like hanging out and would like to continue to do so. And at some point decided to share our chaoticness with the internet. Streaming.
At some point we were like, hey, we're kind of fucking funny.
We're kind of funny, actually.
Maybe other people think we're funny.
And we stream all sorts of different RPGs. Right now we are in our long game of RuneQuest. We've been playing RuneQuest for over a year. Are we at 2 years of I don't know how long. Are we at 2 years of RuneQuest?
I think we're in the second year because
we had
not
our
first
years, so it's
our first RuneQuest campaign was like about a year and like a month or two.
But we have been streaming since I believe late 2021.
Like 3 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been streaming for a heck of a time. We play a lot of... This is probably the biggest system we've played. We play a lot of weird indie systems, and we have one-shots and short streams. This is our biggest monster project, and the RuneQuest community has been excruciatingly gracious and just adopted us and went, yeah, we like these fuckers. And they're lovely. So if you enjoy weird RPGs and chaos and we describe ourselves as 7 DMs infinite dick jokes, but we are also, I would say, a fairly wholesome group of people. We're trying our dangest to do our best
50-50.
to make each other happy and make people happy and all the good shit. So if you want to give us a follow, cool. If not, that's okay. Hanging out, popping in helps us help you. We love it. I love you. We've never had raiders before.
I know it's our first raid. It's cool.
Whoa, new people. What do we do?
I get to pretend to being good at Twitch because I've watched so many Twitch streams.
You're doing great, Sarah. You're doing awesome.
You're good at
I was like,
Twitch.
I actually in my head was like, wow, that was a great plug. Good job, Sarah.
The raiders are still here.
Yeah,
Everybody have a 1-sentence summary of their character. Hi, I'm playing Rue. I'm a adorable wolf boy cinnamon roll.
I'm playing Aurisa. She is a healer who is very sick.
Hi, I'm Bryn. I sometimes ride an elk, but mostly I hate my parents and I poke things.
With this very sharp stick.
Yes. I am an angry warrior.
I am playing Des. I am a big boy hunter. Big boy.
Oh, you're gonna
Big
just
boy
say I'm a bear.
I'm a bear.
I'm
Take
a
that
There's
bear.
also
Will.
some bear in there.
Also,
as well.
he's a bear.
I'm also a bear.
I am Christian, and I play everyone else because I'm the GM.
Correct.
And our blank oval in between Amber and Jess there is Troy, who plays Kymrese, who is a weird shaman.
He's off being a real hero, helping people in emergency medicine tonight.
Yeah.
Who has Troy has a spirit twin. His character's name is Kyrese. He has a weird spirit twin. Fetch.
He collects rocks.
Yep.
Good enough.
Cool.
Yeah, so you leave that. As you migrate around and you kind of looking, you migrate to the edge of the base where you see Aranina and Jorna, and a couple other warriors are like, just like, they've got sticks and they're shaving spikes and they're like kind of putting them all around like the outskirts of the camp facing out. So like if people come up the hill, they're still going to have to deal with like spikes. Like spikes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Aranina's like, oh, hey, what's up, kid?
Hey, the Palisades look great.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you know where everybody went? Des and the others?
Oh, well, Aurisa's with like the old people, like where she always is. And then Des and Bryn are out because they find like tracks from those fucking trolls. So she's out with them.
Fuck, that's where I need to go. Okay. Okay.
Why, what's wrong?
Nothing. No.
No, I noticed. Don't fucking bullshit me. I noticed she wasn't in your tent the other night.
Oh, I was in our tent the other night.
I wasn't in my tent the other night.
You weren't in your tent the other night.
I was busy with camp things.
Kid, Rue, stop. What's going on?
Fuck, how many? I ate a trollkin and it's unsmoothed
She
things.
laughs a little bit.
It's unsmoothed things.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. I just
It didn't do it. I don't think it did anything wrong.
You don't know that.
I don't know that, but I don't think it did.
A lot of trolls are horrible people.
A lot of people are horrible people, but unless
Right.
you know.
That's why I kill them.
you know before you kill.
That's true. All right. Well, listen, I'm not the best at this, but I guess you just like good luck.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Okay. Fuck. I'm gonna go find Aurisa.
All right, Arisa's with the old ladies.
Yeah, Arisa's pouring some tea.
Yeah.
With the do the trolls know about Shalana O'Roy, or do they have like an equivalent, or is she part of their pantheon, like tangentially,
you can give me just a straight intelligence roll. I'm not gonna say like you literally have to roll under your rolled intelligence, not even like ×5. This is really obscure information.
Oh shit.
For you. Yeah.
Oh shit. I am a little bit smart.
Yay.
16.
Our general is smart.
14. I'm a little bit smart.
Smart.
Wait, did you say your intelligence is 14?
Yeah.
That's decent.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's a little bit smart. It's not like my 11 charisma.
That's fair.
Because I have anxiety.
I guess 15 is my highest stat.
Nah, I didn't make it.
You have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know that troll. So here's what I will tell
well,
you.
what I do know is that Aurisa is really good with making people calm and putting them at ease and portraying herself as helpful and not a threat.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
That is good enough for my purposes.
That's Arisa's life goal, man.
Hey, Aurisa.
Hi. Would you like some tea?
I would love some tea.
She'll pour him a cup and what's going on?
I've been going around taking a collection of a gift, basically a peace offering I would like to present to the trolls at some point. I think we're going to find ourselves neighbors for however long, and it would it would be best for us if we were neighbors on good terms.
I fully agree. Yeah.
I don't know a lot about trolls, but I do know that you're really good at showing people the true intentions of your heart. Would you like to come with us to deliver this?
Yeah, of course. I can, hold on, and she'll rifles around in her bag and pulls out one of her little, like, to-go healing pouches that she gives as gifts, and she's like, I can add this to the offering as well. I'm sure they have their own herbal medicines and whatnot, but more never hurts.
I mean, you've collected a lot during the travels. There might be things that are hard to get here. Thank you.
Of course. When are you planning on delivering this? And who all's going?
So, Descara and Bryn are out there by some tracks now. I think I'm gonna catch up with them shortly.
You sound so thrilled.
That's fine.
So are we meeting up with them and delivering this tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That is my plan.
So
but like,
I
don't
will
rush if
say
you need
that
to finish up here.
You know that tonight, like being like the darker times of like the moons and stuff, this is like prime troll time. You do know
they're
that they
gonna
come
be
out
out
at night. You do know like all the stories you've heard of trolls of like they'll sniff around and steal shit from your farmstead at night. They have these caravans that just like people get pissed off at the trolls because there are troll traders who go around and trade. Some of them trade with humans or they trade with each other, but they'll just go. They don't really they don't do the thing you're supposed to do, like show up at a tribe or a clan's territory, announce yourself, be like, hey, this is who we are. Can we pass through your territory? Trolls are just like, yeah, we pass through your territory at night. Whatever. Deal with it, bitch. And so some people get mad about that. Other people are like, oh, we'll trade with the trolls. They're cool. So you do know like trolls can be very fearsome. They can be like very savage, but they're also not like
they're people. They are civilized
Correct.
people. Like they have their own ways that are different than ours, but they have culture.
One of the famous sayings of RuneQuest is monsters are people too. Trolls are a perfect example of that. So
that is our brand. So
yeah, wasn't Ven troll-blooded at least partially?
I thought he was too.
So that's more of like
was it like a rumor? Yeah, it was like because he had black eyes.
So one of the founders of the clan of the Harrowborn clan, like he was like, it was his adventuring party. Basically, the founder, she had a troll companion who traveled and fought with him. Okay, who's buried under the mound back in your territory. So like there were Harrowborn who had like dark hair and dark eyes, and they would always call them troll touched.
Okay.
Didn't necessarily mean you were descended from a troll, but it was like having that darkness, like kind of like a little bit of the darkness rune to you. You were called troll touched.
Okay.
There are what are called dark Orlanthi, quote unquote, who have that like just darker characteristics, and some of them, the Kitori are kind of an example of that. You've never seen any. People say all sorts of shit about the Kitori, which is this tribe. So that live in the woods.
Yeah, we'll give Aurisa whatever time she needs to finish up with the ladies she's helping here, and then head out with her. And if we can swing by Novena, he will do that too.
Sure.
He feels actually safer with Novena than with Mom and Erinina and Aurisa because Bryn's not going to talk about this with her, and she doesn't know him that well, so he should be fine.
I'm sorry, I'm looking through my... I blanked on who Novena is. Help me a little bit.
That's Bryn's aunt. She's the leader of the third win.
She's the leader of the third win.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah. God. All right. There's too many NPCs. Yeah, she's Do you find her helping with like the organization of like base defenses? They're starting to build. They're building like they've got some logs that they're drilling holes in, and they're putting like sharp spikes in that they're putting like they can put on the ramp ups. Like people have to like run around them.
Novena.
Oh, right. Hey, Ru, what's up?
Hey, I was talking with a few other folks, and the point of getting some horses to form a cavalry was raised, and I think it's a good idea.
That's a great idea. Who had that idea?
Lilia.
Right. Okay. The spooky one.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is, I know how to ride. Some of us know how to ride. Bryn knows how to ride, but we'd have to train some other people to get good at it.
Lily is up to the task. And I'm sure you and a few others
Her
are too.
armor looks like Graysland armor, so that doesn't surprise me.
But we need horses first. And I know people are kind of staying close to camp right now because of the troll tracks, which is a good idea. But you and your best people, your ghosts in the dark.
Would you mind? Could stag some from like one of the caravans, or
exactly. Right. And failing that, if you could just if you wouldn't mind going out, maybe doing a little scouting and finding some prime locations for some kind of horse raid.
Sure,
that would be really that'd be awesome.
All right, I will do that. Note that down, Amber. That's going to take a while, but we're going to.
I'm finally beginning to delegate.
Remind me of this, because we're going to do like that's going to be a community resource role when we do it.
Hell yeah.
But just remind me of it. All right.
I'm going to write it on a paper plate, and that's not going to go anywhere.
Oh, yeah, we'll totally remember that. Yeah.
Nevena.
All great. Horses. So many great things. I mean, the Library of Alexandria was mostly paper plates. Little known fact.
It has oil on it from chocolate chip cookies.
Excellent.
We are a well-polished professional RPG crew. Sure. All right. Cool. He's going to head out now, finally, for reals. He's going to talk to Aurisa on the way while they're catching up, finding some tracks, heading in the direction.
What are you guys doing? I'm going to say that this is by now, we're getting into later afternoon, so this is the perfect time for you to go anyway.
Yeah.
I'm following Des, so.
Did Ronson join up with them or branch off on her own again?
She's branched off. She wasn't with them. She went there to tell them something and went back. There's a lot of preparing of camp that's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Des kind of wants to. I think he wants to see if he can follow some of the larger tracks.
Sure.
Instead of the smaller ones, because
we're following Des following trolls.
Going all over the place.
I'm going to say that it's pretty easy for you to just be people be like, oh yeah, they went that way, and you catch up with them just for the sake of, yeah. So you're all reunited.
Finally.
Rue's got a big sack full of offerings. Hey, tracking the trolls?
Yeah, we got as far as we got this far. So
sorry.
Fucking Sarah being in terror.
That's amazing. I didn't know what it was at first. And then I opened it.
You gotta shop guns out with axes, and the gun with an axe.
It was just the way Renita.
It still works.
The way Renita spoke, I was like, I only have one thought in my head.
It was so good.
Hi, for context, viewers and listeners, I do this thing where my brain thinks in dumb, silly memes, and if something comes up in a game that makes me think of a silly thing I can make, I make it. And so what I have just whipped up is a picture that is Erenina's head photoshopped onto a shirt that says, guns don't kill people, I kill people.
It's true.
It's true. I'm so sorry. It's
beautiful.
Okay.
I've if we're gonna look for trolls, tonight's the night, and I've put together a package of things we can maybe use as an offering to get to some peace talks. Maybe.
I mean, we can see it very much seems that any of the trolls that come near us are just the little ones that just kind of will look at our people and then just like run away. The big ones, they seem like they're keeping their distance more. Is that correct?
No, they came searching, didn't they? But then
the big tracks have gotten closer.
Yeah, big tracks
they've
have
come
gotten
searching.
closer.
Yeah,
they couldn't find us though.
They seem to do the same thing that the little ones do with like follow a track line of someone that was from your camp back to the camp, and then kind of like start circling around because they lose the track and then they can't find it. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Tonight is a dark night, so they're in a position of strength, which I hope will make them feel more secure. If you're interested, I think I'm going to look for them tonight.
Well, hopefully they won't.
I've already left a few like rabbits and things at some of their shrines.
Did you bring rabbits this time too?
Some food, but not fresh game. Some prepared food, and Aurisa put in a medicine bag. A few people have donated some jewelry and carvings. Catherine glances at Bryn and then looks into the box.
What are you thinking, Gus?
I was going to see how far if I could find their encampment. So.
Right. Let's hunt peacefully.
Track. I think that's called tracking.
Track.
Do we want to take our break here?
I think this is a great time for.
All right, let's do that.
A little pause.
Yeah.
A little break.
Gonna pause for our little bio break, snack break, drink
water.
break. Go harass your pets break. We will
unbury my cat. Put my face in her face.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
We will be right back.
Check to see if it's snowing outside. No snow. Ugh. Oh boy. I know, Max. I'm all alone here. Just me and Hercules. Right, Herc? Everyone had to use the bathroom. Or get a snack. Or both. I mean, self-DMing is solo games. I do have the second variation of Tangled Blessings is coming out. Cassie Mothwind has put out like an expansion of the game, and I want to play that when I finally get my hands on it. I got kicked the full book thing, so hopefully I'll be getting that, and then I'll probably do that as a solo, and I'll put it out as a podcast again.
I return with a menace.
With a void.
I walk into the bathroom, turn the corner, and what do I see? Her standing on the bathroom counter staring into the open medicine cabinet. Menacing. Great. Go ahead, be free. I have tortured you enough.
Amazing.
Also, hi Max! Thank you for the fucking 26-month resub. Holy fucking shitballs, my good dude. Thank you.
Yeah, people like us. It's ridiculous. I don't know why.
And if you like silly video game streams, go check out Maximum Nothing. Every Tuesday he's been streaming Phoenix Wright. And it's been fucking great. So
Cool.
Also, if you want to go see a cute bird, go follow him. His bird's great. Her name is Momo, and she has never met me, but she is my best friend, and I love her.
Birds don't go well with me. I was attacked by one.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually have.
It feigned affection towards me.
Negative bird experiences in my life. I've
Amber,
overcome them, though. Yeah.
Amber had a was like fostering a little parakeet, something like that. And she would have it like out on her shoulder, and then was like one day it was like leaning towards me. She was like, "Oh, do you want to go to Kent?" And I was just like standing there. I'm just like, "All right." It's like, and then it like got onto my shoulder, and then it like waddled up to my head, and then started to attack my ear. And especially around then, like I had a really bad issue with people touching my ears because I had like stuff happen with them. So it's just like, I was like, you get this bird off my shoulder or I'm throwing it at a wall. Like, you get it off now. I'm like clenching my fists under my arms. I'm just like, get it away from me.
No, I've had a bird take a real big chomp out of my finger. Although by the time I left, he was my bestie. It took a week and a half, but I made that bird love me by feeding him.
Yeah.
But no, Momo's just great. She's just a little baby girl.
That's how we got Bryn to love him too, feeding her.
I mean, when does that not work? Seriously.
Every time.
I've had several, like, I actually have a fear, like almost like, not like quite a phobia because I've controlled it more, but I used to have like a severe fear of birds. And I had like a lot of like very young childhood experiences with birds that were negative, and that caused it. Like, I can remember being on Long Island on Jones Beach as like a little kid, and I had like, we had eaten pizza and I had like a pizza crust, and a seagull was just like, whatcha? I like took it like out of my hand, like almost knocked me over. That's happened to me twice as a little kid. And then when I was in like, I want to say might have been kindergarten, but our class did a trip to this like farm. My buddy Dennis and I like got separated from the group because we were fucking around, and we got chased by a turkey. And it was like, I mean, when you're kindergarten size, it's like being chased by like a velociraptor from like,
it really is. It's a dinosaur.
Yeah, so we like, that thing was like terrifying. So I had from then to like, I would say like mid to late 20s, I had like I didn't want to be anywhere near birds like at all.
Yeah, I was going to
remember Bird Brain and Kent.
Yeah.
I just told that story.
That just telling us about that. Yeah.
And that was the story.
I was like, he wants to go to Kent. He was like doing the lean, like, I want to go on Kent. And then he hopped right on. He was like, just started attacking his face. Oh.
I was like, no, get it off. I don't want to hurt it.
Honestly, do you know what? Like, for even after I overcame the like sort of phobia, I still was just like, I don't want to be around birds. Fuck birds. And you know what changed me? I'm like now like bird neutral to warm, and it was Wingspan.
Neutral to lukewarm.
It was Wingspan. That was like seriously.
Birds
are kind of cool. Yeah, birds are cool. I can deal with them. I still don't want to like be like around them like that.
There's a lot of dummy thick birds out there, and a lot of powerful slutty birds.
No, I was gonna say, Christian, like turkeys and geese are like terrifying.
Yeah,
they're
scary.
Terrifying.
Yeah, they are terrifying.
Geese are like food aggression. Very
terrifying too. Fucking swans. Well, there's the place that I go fishing where the horseshoe crabs fuck my feet. There was also for a while a swan that would like land. And I mean, the thing was like, it was like a plane landing, and I would just like him and I had an understanding where I'd just be like, I'm going to stay here and you stay over there. And we're like not going to get near each other. But he was big. He was like my size.
Have I showed you guys the picture of me walking with an emu?
No.
Oh, fuck, I got it. So when I went up to visit my buddy in Canada, we found this kangaroo sanctuary.
Yes, I was gonna say this sounds familiar. Yeah,
it's the kangaroo. Yeah, so they had a fuck ton of other animals that were just there and hanging out, and there was there were a couple emu, but there was only one emu that was out and about, and me and my friend were like, "Ah, yes, this must be the single behaving emu." Let me see if I can find the picture of me hanging out with it because it was super cool.
I just got pictures of my cat misbehaving.
I expect to see those pictures later.
It's a story in 3 parts.
Get the emu picture, and then while you look for it, I will share my favorite emu fact, which is the fact that they've won a war against a human nation.
Australia.
So you have to respect the emus.
They won.
Yes, they won. The emus won the Great Emu War. And I mean, really, how can you hate them for that?
It's like the way drugs won the drug war in America.
Yes. Yeah. Did we ever really have a chance, though, honestly, in America?
The war on drugs and the drugs won.
Yeah. We are also losing the war on obesity. But, yeah.
Why can't I find... I'll get there. I just gotta...
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
He is not supposed to be there.
All right, search for it. We're going to get started again.
Yeah.
So, wait. Someone said something to me. Hold on a minute. Who said something to me? Christian, drop the replacement files. All right. Thank you, John. Very cool.
Here we go. Okay, let's go to the Fun and Memes channel.
Custom Call of Cthulhu chat character sheets for the one shot. But, holy schmoly. That's huge, Sarah.
Yeah, here's another one. He's a big motherfucker.
Velociraptor.
Look at that. This bird was just chilling out.
Damn. All right. So you guys press on into the woods. And this is, to picture the woods correctly, if you've played Valheim, this is the Dark Forest. If you haven't played Valheim and you're listening to us, picture
play Valheim.
Play Valheim, first of all, because it's a great game. But secondly, picture a deep, dark, almost primeval pine forest, basically. It's some mixture. There are some deciduous trees, but by and large, this is pine. And it has all the wonderful smells and sounds of pine forest. I love pine forest, personally.
Rocks and underbrush and berry bushes and mushrooms
and carrots. But it's got all that stuff. So you press deeper into this woods, and as you go, you following... Give me a track roll, Kent, just for the hell of it. Rue, you can do one too. Anyone who wants to track can try to track.
Hells yeah.
Nice. I got a 26 out of 82.
All right.
35 out of 72.
If you haven't checked it already.
Already checked.
Then you can check it. If you've already checked it, because we haven't done rolls, you can't check it. So you press deeper. It becomes darker and darker and darker.
We're getting closer.
It's also just becoming night. And
it's when the trolls
these
spawn.
aren't particularly, John put a comment in chat, densely packed pine forests. These aren't necessarily densely packed pines, so they're just big ones. So there's a big canopy, but there's pretty much, once you're in the under them in the I don't forget what they call it, under the trees, arboreal zone, I think. It's pretty, that underbrush there's not a lot of underbrush. It's kind of like, there's a lot of space because big creatures like trolls need a lot of space.
Yeah, and the big trees block out the small underbrush from light, so it doesn't really grow.
Correct. It doesn't grow. So, but it's becoming night. And it is a waning moon tonight. It is the last little sliver of a waning red moon. So there isn't that much light in the sky to begin with. So it's like almost getting to the point where it's like like that just after sunset thing where now when you're in the woods and it's dark on there anyway, it's like really hard to see.
Ooh, we should.
I do have the bracelet that I was given that can shed light. I don't know if that would be beneficial or a problem.
Go ahead and use it, Aurisa. We're not trying to sneak up on anybody.
Okay. So she'll I believe. God, this is ancient. I think this is from Gordo, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
yeah,
Gordo's light.
Stuff.
Yeah, so she will activate the bracelet, and it casts effectively the light spell, the light spirit.
And
magic.
you need. I think you need to speed 1 magic point to it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that lasts.
I believe it's an hour. Oh, 15? Hold on, let me double check.
I don't remember. I mean, most spirit magic spells only last 15 minutes, but just double check the light.
Yeah, I got the book open right now.
It doesn't say.
That means it's 15 minutes.
Does it say like
temporal?
Yeah, does it say temporal? Yeah, okay, so 15.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, you can.
We use that light to light another light.
No, because it's a magical light. It's not like.
No, I mean, like, so we can see as we light the torch.
Oh yeah,
with,
yeah.
like a flint or whatever.
What is your regeneration rate for magic points? It should say somewhere on your character sheet.
Regeneration.
There's a regeneration rate.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this ever.
It's typically like one every. Depends on your power and something else. Here, I'll tell you how to get it.
I don't think I've ever seen regeneration.
I see a healing.
No, I've got a healing rate.
Yeah, I see that.
Hold on a minute. It's in there. Hold on. Adventures getting started.
I do remember something like that, but I forget.
It definitely is in there. I'm trying to find it.
I don't think there was a actual space for it on this character sheet.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Magic points. Here we go. Magic points. 1/24 of your.
There's two people in chat just said 2 minutes, Christian.
Oh, that's very quickly.
No, it's not every 2 minutes. It's hold on.
I don't know what that 2 minutes is a reference to.
Whoa, that would be a lot.
Yeah, seriously, it is an adventure. Oh, because it's a spirit magic spell. I think you're right. I think that's what they're referring to. Hold on, let me make that.
The light only lasting 2 minutes.
Correct. So first of all, your magic points. How many magic points do you have? And then divide that by 24, and that's how many you get back an hour. So do that one for me while I look up spirit magic.
24.
Yeah. So if you have 20 magic points.
Oh, okay.
Spirit magic. If you have 20 magic points, then you divide that by 24, and that's your hourly recovery rate, right?
So you need like an hour and 20 minutes to recover one or something like that.
Yep. Correct. Spirit magic spells.
Damn. Well, that would slowly chip away at your magic, so
yeah,
we can switch to a torch.
Yeah, so maybe not. Do we have a torch we could use?
Yeah, I'm sure we have torches.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a torch. I'll give you a torch.
Okay.
Let's not worry. It's 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's what they're referring to. So we'll just go with that.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll we light a torch. I wasn't sure how long.
Boom. Light.
Bracelet worked.
Yeah.
Rune magic is 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is. Again, so many different things to confuse in RuneQuest.
Gotcha.
And what did I talk about? At the beginning of this? You make mistakes as a GM, regardless of how long you've been doing it. Doesn't
Christian's
matter.
like, be nice to me.
I'm not everybody's always been nice to me. I don't have any complaints there. What I'm just saying is you make mistakes. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. You make mistakes. There's a lot of information to process.
We only bully Christian out of love, and also we don't fucking know either. So we've got
love
no
and
feet
retaliation
to stand on.
for the liching on my brother's spine.
He deserves it. Okay?
I was just gonna say, I don't care about your brother's spine.
Yeah, so you.
But specifically from Choi, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, I'm following now.
You use your light bracelet long enough to light a torch.
Yep.
Excellent. There we go.
Boom. There we go.
Fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
I use 1 point.
And you'll have it back in an hour and 20 minutes.
Yep.
So you begin. You now have a torch, or more than one if you want, because it's not hard to make one if you needed to. And you start walking through the woods. It becomes
just being
very
quiet
dark.
and alert and
It
sniffing
becomes
the air.
very dark very quickly. As you travel, I'm going to say you pretty much lose the tracks because it's too hard to track at night.
Oh, yeah.
If you want Syl to try to do it by scent, she can make a roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eight. She nailed it.
Okay, check that for Syl because she gets to roll to make
Yay!
her scent better. Cool. And so she does the wolf thing, and then kind of like zigzags a little bit, and then definitely picks up on a trail and starts following it. As you go, give me listen rolls, everyone.
Ooh. What's my listen skill?
Syl failed.
Listen.
30.
I didn't even get any
It is
dice.
I got a
Hold
regular
on.
success.
Heck yeah, check it if you haven't.
Regular success.
Check it if you haven't.
Just made a regular success. 53 out of 57.
Check it if you haven't.
Yeah.
I fail.
You don't get to check anything. All right. So, Rue, Bryn, and Des, as you're traveling, you hear I'll just go around. Rue, you're walking and you kind of it's hard to go through night. The woods, particularly deep pine woods at night in the dark are fucking terrifying. First of all, if you've ever really been in one, right? It's intimidating as hell. So you're experiencing that. And
It's better on four legs.
yeah. You're like, what did I hear? It's such a weird noise. Because it's not a, you didn't hear a branch crack. You didn't hear something moving, but you swear you heard almost like a very low, like something like that.
Mm.
Was that a light impact sound?
A little a little
oh, okay.
something like
chuff,
that. A little chuff.
I will kind of hold up my hand for people to slow.
Yeah. Bryn, you hear it too. And then Des, you hear, or I want to say almost it's kind of on the border between hearing and feeling this almost just subsonic vibration. Kind of like when a car with really big speakers go by and you feel it.
Yep.
It's just a very slight feeling of that.
Okay.
I am going to call out. Hello? I'm Ruin Liveson of Black Stag Vale. We've brought an offering. And I'll swing the bag around.
Have my spear ready.
Okay. You there's a little bit of a silence. And then just at the edge of your torchlight, you see this swirling up, the darkness swirls there for a little bit.
Mm.
And then kind of whooshes away from you guys.
Whoosh.
It doesn't make a sound, but it just looks like it swirls and then flows away from you almost like a liquid. And then you hear deeper in the woods, not too far away though, close enough for you to hear, but you hear some more of that this kind of
okay.
hooting, low moaning and sounds back and forth.
Yeah.
Circle up here. We should circle so that we can keep an eye all around. And I'm gonna step out from the circle, walk away toward where the darkness kind of swirled, and I'm gonna lay the bag down and then walk back to my circle of friends.
Okay.
And wait.
You do that. You wait a while, and you begin to hear more and more of that, those sounds in the woods around you. And you guys still have the torches up.
Yep.
You begin to spot movement just at the darkness at the edge of the darkness, you begin to see these big eyes kind of catching the light. And they're not big though, not high up, but just big eyes. But like these little grayish creatures.
Oh no.
Are circling you guys.
Oh no.
They're small. They're probably about, I mean, like less than half Dessa's height.
I know. That's why. No.
And they're just kind of like circling around you guys. And the bag is laying down. Did you lay the bag in the darkness?
Just at the edge of the light. So close enough to the edge where I can see the bag, but like not super well.
So they're timid. They kind of like, they'll come close to you and like back away, come close to you and like circle around. You get the feeling that there's like a bunch of them around you. One of them like kind of like is getting brave enough to go up to the bag and is just kind of like, whoa, and is like trying to grab it. And all of a sudden you hear like this very deep bass noise. You all feel it in your chest too, from like behind him further back in the darkness. It just like shakes you guys, just like a very like deep like rumbling, and he just like jumps back and they kind of scatter. And a big rock, or not a huge rock, but just like a head-sized rock flies out of the darkness. It's like lands at your feet.
Ooh. Goddess of eating. He's just gonna kind of show his hands. We're refugees. Haraborn. We're fighting the Lunars. And seeking shelter in the forest here, your forest. We don't mean any harm.
I'll put my spear away.
Give me a... Look at my social skills here. I'm going to give you charm or orate. Your choice.
Orate's my better one. I'm going to augment it.
Okay. Definitely. What are you going to augment it with?
I'm going to augment it. Let me see here. I'm going to do loyalty Haraborn. I am parlaying for peace for my people.
All right.
Where is the fuck is my die? Here it is. Okay, we're going to augment. Success on the augment. Regular success.
It's a plus 20 to your roll here.
Okay. Come on. Don't hurt me. I got it. Yes.
What'd you get?
I got a 37 out of 48 with the augment. So regular success.
Okay. Just trying to look something up here real quick. I don't know if I can find it. Got it. Perfect. Okay. So you got a regular success. You say that into the darkness, and another rock whooshes and like hits a tree near you. So you're like, and you hear like that cracking and echoes through the dark of the woods.
We'll flinch at that.
But then you feel another rumble just like comes through all you guys. Like you don't hear it, you feel it. Right? It's a subsonic sound.
This feels strangely enough like the first time he met the Tomori to him.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Maybe we should.
And then you see out of the darkness, this huge figure appears. And this is like, if the other ones were like half the height of Des, this one is a little bit bigger than Des. And it is covered in this, it's got scale armor, and it's bronze, and it's got a helmet that looks like a skull. It's very strange, but its eyes, like it doesn't have like there's very, very small eye holes for it, but has very big like things for its ears. Right? And trolls have almost like a horse-like face. They have like an extended snout with like these fangs, and that's what it has. And it has these very, very tiny eyes you can barely see looking out of the helmet. They don't glow or anything. This troll, this is you think a dark troll or it's definitely one of the bigger trolls. It has a shield and a very big, just huge like mace that is holding, and hanging on it. It's got this like bandolier of what look like smashed skulls that are just like hanging like trophies of humans, possibly some other things, and a leather belt with like some other like weird grisly trophies hanging out. But it just kind of steps up and stares at you guys, giving you a little bit of like a hate stare, but it's just kind of standing there like looking at you, and kind of like another, you again just kind of, and you feel like you don't hear what it's saying, but you feel this like rumble in your chest of this subsonic speech. Stepping up behind it is a troll female, you think, because it's got breasts, but it's like it's not fully armored. It's just jacked as fuck.
Is it bigger than the male?
Yes.
Hells yeah.
And holding
I have a good track record with big, scary women.
holding a rock, but like looking at you.
Christian, I honest to God heard holding a Glock, and I was like, Troy?
Both of those things are like rock or Glock at this point, Troy.
There.
No, a big rock.
Hi. Thank you for parlaying with us.
You hear a voice from behind the two of them, and it goes, Yitra, Jean-Jor, please, do not be so rude to our guests. And they kind of part. The bigger one just kind of like,
thank God one of them speaks our language.
And Yitra like moves aside too and kind of like lowers the rock a little bit.
Yitra, I love it.
Yitra.
I was like,
yes.
Lowers rock. I'm like, yeah. I understand.
This other troll, it's a male. It is another dark troll, little bit of a darker gray to his skin than the other two. But he's wearing robes, and they're very nice, like actually well-made robes. They're like black robes with like kind of like gold like trim. He's got earrings. The trolls have he doesn't have any armor on, so he's got this like these like pointy ears. You see like several earrings in his ears. He's got jewelry all in his fingers, and like he's got one of his earrings connects into like a nose ring on one side, and he's got some cool darkness and harmony tattoos on him.
Ooh.
You see, actually they're not tattoos, they're scarred into his skin.
Well,
yeah. And he steps forward and he says, welcome, I am Ganzak Ganzor. And he kind of bows briefly to you. And he goes, company of the dragon of the Harrowborn clan you mentioned.
Yes.
He kind of looks at the other two and he's like, or they kind of like growl and hoot, and there's some subsonic rumblings back and forth. And he goes, we have an ancestor who I believe fought with one of yours.
Against or with?
with.
Omar Zakbak was a companion of your Jarostakos.
That's the one, out of here to remember, that's the one that's buried underneath our mountain.
That's the troll ancestor. Yep.
What did you say our ancestor's name was?
Jarostakos.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Totally.
Yeah. Aurisa, tell him that's the one buried under our mountain in our hills. You remembered from school.
Aurisa, she will actually, just because she had this conversation earlier, yes, and they are buried in a place of honor under our mountains.
Oh. The big one's kind of and he seems like happy about that. And he goes, very well, that is most wonderful to hear. I welcome you to our humble lands, and I accept your gift. And he bends down, and he takes up, and he opens up, and he's like, he pulls out the silver ring, and he's like, kind of puts it, and it becomes like a ring,
just like first knuckle,
just like the first knuckle of his hand. He kind of holds the food over. Jean-Jor, who's the bigger warrior, like kind of like hooks his mace on his finger, reaches in and pulls out. What do we want to say the food was that was sent?
Well, so it would have to be things we could travel with, right? So is there like, is it like dried meats?
Yeah, maybe like some jerky, maybe like a jar of honey or something like that. Something like.
What else is in there?
Arisa's healing bag. I think maybe a few like maybe like some carvings. Maybe like an antler carving of some sort. Somebody died out of some antler. Perhaps a collection of like arrowheads.
Okay, fair. He
that sort of thing.
John
maybe nice feather earrings or something.
And he's like, sticks it all in his face. And then you said there was a jar of honey.
Yeah, I think a jar of honey is a good gift.
She's like, sniffs the outside of the jar and like rips through the clay and just
that's the honey that Des painstakingly got after 500 bee stings.
Licks the honey out, but also eats the clay of the jar.
But yeah.
Amber, Sharky says the chat, sandwiches.
Yes, sandwiches, yes. Some hoagies.
Yitra actually like sniffs the medicine bag and she's like, looks at John Jor and they have some sort of conversation and he's like, and Ganzak, who is the jeweled up one,
the bejeweled troll.
Allow me to introduce myself again. I am Ganzak Ganzor. I am a trader, a merchant, a traveler. I am familiar with the human lands and your language.
Oh, fortunate to make your acquaintance.
This is Jean Jor. He is not quite as friendly as I am. We call him Jean Jor the Stomper. And this is Yitra.
Or we'll nod to each of them in respect, sort of.
Yeah.
They nod back. He goes, but you are?
Ruin, live son of Blackstag Vale, and my companions. I will let them each introduce themselves.
He bows at your name.
Bryn, Skyborn, granddaughter of Annalise, brokenhearted.
Oh, what a sad name.
Aurisa, chosen of the White Lady.
Yitra says something to him, and he's
Keeper
like,
of dragons.
he kind of like, they rumble back and forth a little bit, and he goes, Yitra wishes to know if you are a healer. I believe you are, but I do not want to presume.
I am. Yes.
He rumbles back, and she goes, well, her sister, Jean Jor and Yitra are sisters. Their sister would be most eager to meet you.
I would be more than happy to assist in any way I can.
Excellent.
Aurisa has no idea what's going on, but she's like, all right, I can do it.
If I can help, I'll do it.
Deskara.
And Deskara, like Deskara.
I'm a Deskara. I'm a bear.
I'm Deskara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. I gotta think of like Dess's like intro thing again. So like he goes with the
Deskara Borbane. Fuck that guy up.
Deskara bee stopper. Bee.
Deskara bee cushion.
Deskara the stung. Yeah.
Oh, Deskara the stung. Oh, I kind of like that one.
I think he just goes with like Deskara of Bear Fallen.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to our lands. We know there are many more of you because we can smell them, but we cannot find them. We are very confused as to that fact.
We have no ill intent with that. Our whiter is concealing us. There are many lunar enemies searching for us right now.
Oh, that is not good.
It's not. We've come a long way from Blackstag Vale, and we have scrapped with many a lunar on the journey, and we intend to scrap with a whole lot more.
Ooh, I'm afraid I cannot. I'm afraid I do not wish you to bring such violence to our home.
Nor do we intend to. We're going to aid the siege at Whitewall. But before we can rally our forces and aid our brethren there, we have many non-combatants, refugees from the local villages who have nowhere to go and they can't join the fight. We're looking for a place that they can be safe in the meantime. And perhaps a place to catch our breath.
You will have to talk to my wife. She is the one who makes the decisions.
I would be honored to speak with her.
Very well. I will warn you. She is very pregnant.
He looks at Aurisa.
If there is any way I can...
Aurisa is an excellent midwife, if you have need of such things.
Oh, well, thank you, but their sister is attending to her, but I'm sure she would like to talk to you.
Of course.
Why don't you, we are encamped nearby. We will take you, but I will ask you to put out the lights.
We can do that.
You can trust us. So you put out your torches, and they kind of like post up around you, and you get the feeling, because it's very dark now, more of those little guys like show up, and Jean-Jor is just kind of like growls orders at them, and you guys start following them, and
doing the best I can with my not quite fully wolf eyes yet.
Oh, actually, I rewind a little
Probably.
bit. Because Syl is here too.
Yes.
So Ganzak says when you introduce yourself, and this is?
Oh yeah, this is my sister, Quicksilver.
Ah, I had suspected you were one of the Shunshin. But I did not know for sure, and I do not like to assume. Hunshin are animal people. That's just like the general term. There are other tribes. There are reindeer people,
the fox
otter people,
ladies,
fox,
yeah,
like so, right. So, all right. So now, fast forward again. Ganzak says, if you find yourself stumbling, simply hold someone's hand. We will get you there in the dark. I know you do not see as well as us.
I was literally going to say, Bryn stumbles on every twig along the way.
One of the Yitra just like picks you up and is like,
do you ride?
This is amazing.
Trying to put you up, put you back on your feet. No, she doesn't carry you. She
just picks me back up. Still amazing.
Yeah. They're not like, you're looking at, I mean, they stoop a lot. So they're not, you don't see like full height, but if Jean-Jor is the biggest one, if he stood up full height, he'd probably be like 6'9", 7 feet. Yitra
Kara is like double
6'6".
my size.
He's 6'6", yeah. So I mean, they're bigger than you, but they're not like Dez is like looking eye to eye with them, like standing up, or like even like a little taller. He's a little taller than Ganzak because they kind of like stoop over a little bit.
No,
but yeah. So yeah, but the
will
little
take a risk and fall back a little bit and offer Bryn his hand when she's stumbling.
Aww.
With a lot of anxiety.
She'll take your hand.
Aww.
She'll give you a hug. Like a long held hug. Then take his hand and then go on.
I was wondering if there was a spell that helps you see in the dark. It's a rune spell, but there is Cat's Eye.
Yep.
I was looking at no. I would be like one of the closest to probably being able to get it. Like if I followed like Yinkin instead of Odela.
Mm-hmm.
Walking along, Rue's holding Syl and Bryn. Just making a line of people who can see better at night.
You stumble around in the dark for a while. If you want to give me like I would just call it like a search roll, I guess would probably be the best one. Or you know what? Actually, no. Just give me an intelligence check, all of you. Intelligence times 5.
Let's do the math on that.
I know. I was just like,
regular
wow.
success.
I cannot at this. hour?
Probably a failure.
Oh!
I rolled the wrong die. That would be why.
Let's see.
13 out of 80.
Cool. Is there a check mark next to intelligence, by the way, guys?
No.
Okay.
Just
power.
All right.
I fail.
Okay.
Just fail.
So Rue and Aurisa, you realize as you stumble around in the dark, Rue, you notice a couple of the same scents a little bit here and there, and you're like, wait a minute, we've gone around in circles a couple times. Aurisa, you notice it because you notice you're like kind of looking up at the sky. You still can see some stars and stuff, and you notice a couple like openings in the canopy that you're like, wait a minute, that's the same one.
I don't know this, but if I did, respect.
Yeah, they've walked you around in circles a couple times.
That's all right, trying to make sure that we can't get back to their camp. That's fine. Won't say anything about it, just go along.
But you travel, and eventually you see more of the little troll king kind of coming around and everything.
Every time he sees one, his stomach is a knot.
Jean-Jacques is leading the way, and a troll king kind of swarm, and he's just wails one with the mace out of the way. It goes flying into the woods and hits a tree, and grumbles at the other ones, and they scatter. As you guys are led into, your eyes have adjusted to the dark as much as possible now, so you can kind of see, but you're you know how you can you see as well as you're gonna in the dark, right?
Yep.
And this is worse than your camp where these guys are staying. It's really shitty looking shelters, to be honest with you. Barely cured hides and a little lean-to or little stick huts.
Does it look like as a result of a lack of resources, or just they don't bother to put more time into it because it doesn't bother them?
Looks like that's just the way it is.
Oh, okay. It doesn't look like starving or poverty.
No,
it's just
this looks like this is how they do. This is how they do. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And they lead you in, and there is a hillside with a rocks, it's tumble down rocks, and you see that there's a cave there at the entrance, and they lead you in there. Before you go in, another troll woman comes out, and she's wearing, they're kind of worn and they're not fine, but they're purplish, similar to Aurisa's robes, but purplish. And she comes out, and they have some sort of troll conversation again, and she comes over and she's looking at all of you in great interest, and Ganzak introduces her, and he goes, please allow me to introduce my other sister, Lagora. Well, this is my sister-in-law, but this is Lagora.
Hello.
She's just kind of sniffs you.
He will sniff her back, honestly.
Looks at and kind of you get a little nod. Looks at you, Bryn.
I just smile, I guess, and let her. Hello.
She smiles, and she's got these wicked, sharp teeth.
I smile wider. That's awesome.
Looks at you, Discara.
Is no, I'm just taking notes. Is Lagora is the troll healer person?
What you can see in the dark, she is unarmed.
Yeah, she's the one who's attending to his pregnant wife.
All right. Like I said, I'm just making notes, so it's just we have more clear, because Amber's gonna lose that paper plate.
Put them in the drive.
Also make a note, Des, that you're going to send people to look for horses. It's Nevena who's going to go look, because the paper plate's going to be gone. We all know this. Yeah. Even if
she probably threw it away already.
Or will it? Because I don't throw thick garbage away on my desk very often.
That's a good point.
It's safer on garbage than it is on paper.
That's actually a good point.
God.
Yeah, no, my desk is that bad.
That's recently, Joe left a couple of little Taco Bell sauce packets on the table, and we found one with a couple of little bite marks in it, and Winnie got into some hot sauce, apparently. And he points that out, and was like, I might explain why I cleaned up a little bit of vomit the other day.
He learned. She was like, mistake!
Yeah.
Mistake!
Chomp, chomp.
Chomp, chomp.
Yeah.
So she looks, Lagora looks at you, Des.
Yeah. I will that with as probably a little as he can see, he'll like give a bow, like greet something.
She gives a very, very like nice bow, and she comes to you, Aurisa, and she's like she sniffs you, and then she steps back for a minute and she smiles. It's like it's a disconcerting smile because they've got these like very big, powerful teeth, and she's just like she gives like a very deep rumble that you feel in your chest, and like kind of like grabs you and like just like holds you. And like says something and says something in just like this, like doesn't hug you, just like holds you, and then says something in troll to Ganzak, and he says something back in troll to her, or dark tongue is what you figure it is the language of darkness things. And he goes, "My sister-in-law is most excited to make your acquaintance of a white lady."
Yes, I'd be so happy to
She is
Fair knowledge.
to work with
she
you.
She has followed the ways of Jola Ambar, who is the healer of our people.
Oh.
And she wishes that you would perhaps exchange recipes of herbs that heal.
Absolutely. I would love nothing more. Arisa's just like, more nerd shit. More healing nerd shit.
We're smiling so much.
Like she's
Arisa's
so
always
excited.
a good choice.
He says that back to her, and she's just like that. But then she turns to Ganzak. They talk a little bit in troll, and he goes, "Oh, most disturbing news. My wife is she's not feeling well because of the pregnancy. So I will talk to her for you because she is not in the best mood."
That's fine.
Yeah, understood.
And we do not like to disturb the troll women when they are pregnant.
That is,
that's.
We do not like to disturb the Haremon women when they are pregnant.
So what is it you wish? And I will make your case for you.
We're seeking temporary asylum in the forest. We just wish to remain for a time in peace while we conduct some scouting missions beyond the forest. And if it would be possible to establish a small camp for some of our non-combatants that may wish to leave behind until they can travel to kin or safer places elsewhere.
I will be right back. He goes in, and you're just kind of standing there. Lagora goes in with him. Yitra wanders off somewhere, so you're just kind of stuck with what's the big one's name? Jean-Jor.
Jean-Jor.
Who just is like kind of mean mugging down at all you guys, like a little bit, just kind of like.
I like trolls.
Another little one like comes by and is like starts sniffing you guys, and he's just like he's put his weapons down. He's like
his stomach again.
And it just like falls on its back.
Oh my god!
And he kicks it and growls at it.
Sometimes.
Rune's like nauseous every time. Then it's like
he says, "I'm sorry, scum trollkin. They are curious."
Oh, well, that's all right. I'm sure
no, it's not.
Don't yet. Far be it from us to tell you how to conduct your business.
He's kind of looking you up and down, and he's again, each of you, and he goes, "None of you follow the gods of fire and sky."
Sky?
Air?
Orlanth wouldn't count for that.
Okay. I'm like...
yeah. No.
Fire, no.
Within traditional Gloranthan, like, cosmology, like, the sky gods are fire gods.
Fire.
Like the sun.
Gotcha.
Earth and storm.
Earth and storm, yeah.
Earth, different. Storm, and hunt.
That is good.
Have you had any dealings with the Lunars?
Weak little bitches.
We're hoping to remind them of that.
You should.
Have they made any encroachments into your territory or had any...
None that made it back.
I think they want the entire world.
We don't care for things that worship chaos.
Perhaps we are natural allies in that.
Perhaps. The one they have now, the witch, she follows the Jackaleel. Some trolls don't mind her. They know the ways of our darkness spirits.
That witch did summon a demon into this world. Killed many brave warriors.
The one near the river.
The one we killed.
Good for you. He pulls leeches into a pouch and he pulls out it's actually just like a whole dead rabbit with like a couple bites taken out of it that's like really past being good. And he's just like...
Is it one of Rue's rabbits?
No, yes, it is, actually.
Hey!
No, thank you. That was a gift.
Thank you, then. I thought you were the ones leaving it.
We're getting along. This is good. This is good. We'll just chill, hang,
He just
vibe.
stares at you guys as he eats and doesn't say anything else after that, unless you want to ask him some questions. He has darkness. Hold on. I'll tell you the runes that are scarred into him. Hold on. Give me one second.
Damn, Christian, I can't believe you introduced Aurisa's new best friend and Bryn's new best friend within the span of 5 minutes.
You recognize darkness runes. Like all trolls have darkness runes, it's like a black spot. They typically scar it. They
like all Tawari have beast runes.
Yeah. But he also has death. Like a big death rune scarred into his forehead. He's taken his helmet off now so you can see it. And some disorder runes. I would give you an Elder Races lore roll if you want to roll on that one to see if you could pick out whoever he is, if you feel like it.
What if we don't have anything? An Elder Races lore.
It's so low.
You can try to
I've got 10. I guess I have 10% technically.
Yeah.
Elder Race lore.
Whatever. Could get lucky. Could get lucky. I got a 16. So close so far.
No, I don't think so. It's okay.
Put a raven on him and he vaguely reminds me of Ven.
You can tell him that.
Give this man 15. A chip sandwich.
Yeah. I did not get it.
Okay. After a while, Ganzak comes out, just kind of pops out, and he goes, "We are in the very midst of negotiations. I just have one question. The people that you say are refugees, where are they refugees from?"
We should be honest.
We should, obviously.
What's the name of the village?
Cross, yeah.
Gavrin's Cross.
Gavrin's Cross, yep.
He goes, and you are wishing them to stay with you while you are encamped and then you will take them to another place, or are you wishing to leave them here?
Only if they wish to stay.
Yes.
I get a feeling that
it's up to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would like permission for them to be able to remain here for a time if it's not feasible for them to join kin elsewhere in the immediate future.
I mean, because the idea was, it was like the people of Gavrin's Cross and like some of our non-combatants too, correct?
Do we have...
your non-combatants have been
I think we dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're wishing to stay here for a period of time. There's some business in the region we have to conduct, scouting, some raids we'd like to perform before moving toward White Wall. And at that time, if we leave, there may be some from Gavin's Cross that may wish to remain for a time. Do you have bad blood with the people of Gavin's Cross?
Well, yes. I mean, we fought a war with them.
How long ago?
Right before, I mean, it's been a while.
As in, most of the people who fought that war are dead?
Or old.
Or old.
Like how old? Because our group is mostly old people.
Yeah.
The people who are old probably have fought
in the war.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
I think that's,
Mm-hmm.
'Cause that's what she was talking to Aurisa about, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Common enemies can make for uncommon friends.
He smiles, and you see he actually has little gold rings around some of his sharper teeth, and he goes, "This is true. I'll be right back." And he goes inside again, and you hear more rumbling, and Jean-Georges just he's done with the rabbit now, and he kind of just throws it down, and he is picking his teeth, rather disgustingly right now.
Awesome.
Do you know any veterans from the war with Gavin's Cross?
My grandfather, I think. I think the troll I thought was the Uz. They don't refer themselves as trolls, they call themselves Uz. I'm sorry. The Uz that I believe was my grandfather fought in it.
Where we're from, in Blackstag Vale, the Haraborn word with the Telmori, the Hunson folk that I'm descended from. They're watching our home for us now.
They're good warriors.
As for the Haraborn.
Almost as good as us. He just burps.
We buried the hatchet.
Whoever's closest to him gets a full blast of troll breath. Yeah. Not that great.
We buried the hatchet with them. We even fought together at the battle. What the fuck was that battle called? Is that battle that we fought called something?
Yes, it was. It was called the Battle of Red Rockstead.
Hell yeah. We even fought beside them at the Battle of Red Rockstead. It is possible to change.
I'm not saying you're wrong. It's not my decision.
The voices of the people count for something.
You are not us. And he laughs. And when he laughs, it's such a rumble that you guys feel it. You get the impression that a lot of their communication operates outside of your range of hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Godzak pops back out. My friends, I am very sorry I have kept you waiting. Would you care if we eat anything? And he holds out a little platter, and there's some very rotten, disgusting looking meat, some mushrooms, some sticks.
Syl takes a stick and starts to.
there's a picture of something that smells really awful.
I'm gonna go with a mushroom that doesn't smell awful.
Okay.
I'm about to eat a magic mushroom.
Get Aurisa.
It's gonna be so high.
Is it just a normal looking
Aurisa stops and puts her hand over his hands. And
you can make a plant lore roll.
I do have plant lore. Hold on.
I mean, I know a mushroom's not a plant before anyone kicks my ass.
Arissa fails, but only by 3, so she recognizes the mushroom as powerfully psychedelic right after Rue swallows it.
I was barely a fail, unfortunately. My skill's good, but it's not good enough.
No, that could
not
be
good enough to beat my shit rolls.
You don't know. It's kind of dark.
Rue's going for a mushroom. He will give it a shot.
All right. Anyone else want to take anything?
Yeah, I'll eat a mushroom too. Seems like the safe bet.
All right.
That or twig.
We're just gonna return.
There's some very rotten meat too.
Yeah, we'll see. The only viable options are twig or mushroom.
Return after 14 hours to camp, all of us naked and giggling.
Aurisa cannot take any of meat as a Shalani. So she will actually take a shroom and kind of give it a good little sniff before consider eating it.
There's still stick.
So we've all taken a mushroom except for Des so far. Our only chance to have a designated escort is you. Or you can join us.
Yeah, come on.
We have Syl.
I kind of want to go for...
That's true. Syl is just chewing stick.
Watch, the stick was actually hallucinogenic.
We're just carrying his sister back over his shoulders, and she's just like,
oh, baby.
So this foul-smelling liquid, like, is it actually like liquid consistency, or is it like gloopy consistency?
It looks and smells like milk that's going bad.
Troll milk. This is like,
with a little bit of like an undertone of like it's fermented as well.
Fermented milk drink.
It's actually not bad.
I think we'll go with the drink.
He's going for it.
Going for the drink.
All right,
that's a good choice.
Everybody, give me a power check.
Let's fucking go.
I don't know what's happening.
Power times 20.
Times 5. Yeah.
Power times times 5. Duh.
Oh, I passed.
I have a new power.
I passed.
Reduced it.
14 out of 55. That's not enough to be. Is that enough to be special? No, not quite.
No,
not quite.
I was gonna say, can you make a special on this? A 23 out of 95.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys, the guys who eat the mushrooms, folks who eat the mushrooms, you're kind of like, Rue, yours is fine. This is like a real nice, tasty, like shiitake. Again, nice meaty mushroom.
Nice.
Bryn, yours is like some nice earthier undertones. There's a little bit of like you get like, you have that feeling like maybe like for a minute you feel like a little lightheaded, like shit, maybe I ate a bad mushroom, and you feel like a little bit of a queasiness in your stomach, but you think it might just be psychosomatic, and after a while, like, all right, that actually was like pretty good. Aurisa, you get some cramps right away from yours. It's probably just your anxiety, because then you're fine.
You get cramps almost after everything.
It's just like a regular day for you.
She's just like, oh, I'm sick. Okay.
The drink is like very strong alcohol.
Yeah.
And but also just like that, it's like basically milk that's going bad, but something else has been like fermented in it. And it tastes horrible, but it is like really, really strong. And you drink some of it, and you notice Jean is like nodding approvingly that you're drinking this drink. Yeah. And it's a pitcher, so I mean, you don't have to. He kind of sees you take a sip, and he's just like, holds his huge hand out.
I'll pass him the pitcher.
He takes it and like just gulps it down, like runs down his armor, and then he kind of like hands it back. He drinks most of it. There's a little bit left of it.
Do it. Finish it.
Do it.
Finish it.
Right. You finish it, and he's like,
chug.
and he like punches you, and you're like, oh. Not bad. Johnzak pops back out. He's like, I pray the food was agreeable.
Yes, thank you.
Most excellent. So, I have spoken to my lovely wife, Marfak. And this is what she says. You always seem very kind and agreeable as people. We respect the fact that one of our mighty ancestor warriors fought with one of your mighty ancestor warriors. And because of that, we welcome you to stay in your land for now and keep your camp, provided you bring no violence to our lands. When you choose to move on, we ask that you take the people from Gavrin with you. We cannot guarantee their safety here, and we will not be responsible for it.
I understand. It's reasonable. Thank you for your hospitality.
You're most welcome. If you choose to trade anything else with us, we will put a marking on a tree nearby your camp. By the way, I have the most curious question. Why is it again we cannot find your camp?
Protected by the magic of our whiter.
This is a very strong whiter.
Has to be for what we're punching after.
Very good. We will mark a tree near your camp. If there's anything you desire to trade, you may leave it there and we will trade you back. It'll be there when you wake up.
What sort of things do you trade?
What do you wish?
What does our company chart need most of all?
Probably food, armor, horses.
And you have the cheat.
Horses are most delicious and do not last very long here. What were the other things you said, Jess? I'm sorry.
Said probably food, weapons, horses. That was
food
it.
we can provide. Do you care for the food we just gave you?
The mushrooms are good.
We can provide some more mushrooms. What can you provide for us?
Do you eat? This is going to sound... No meaning of offense in any way. If my thoughts are off, I also do not wish to assume, but do you eat people?
I mean, myself, personally, no. I find people rather charming. Dwarves are quite delicious.
Specifically
However,
the uncharming ones, like Lunars.
Give you a very nice buzz when you eat a dwarf. I did have a dwarf once. And elves are just fantastic if you can get them. Humans, I have not had in a long time.
We do have an excess of lunar corpses sometimes.
I
We
feel
will
like...
take them.
Really?
Why not?
I just imagine it wouldn't bode well if Lunars found out that.
They won't find anything.
What are they going to find? We'll eat them.
And just
This is
disappear.
Oh, well, there you go. That solves one problem.
Right. And what else can we get extra? We're probably still taking a lot of the lunar gear that we get off of the dead people and putting it to use, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe
And also, like,
I mean,
troll
to
gear
melt-
is not going to be, like, sized for you guys. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be very...
Yeah.
although they might be able to repurpose
to,
like metal and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
like flatten out a breastplate, use it for something, you know, sort of thing. We might, there's
probably take that.
some gear from soldiers that we kill. It's not appropriate for us. We'd be willing to trade it.
I'll be willing to take a look.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. You have most likely with you, because you are the earth and the storm folk, a priestess of Ernalda, no?
We have several.
I would like to pay my respects at some point.
You are welcome to visit our camp.
Argan Agar was one of the husbands of Ernalda during the Great Darkness, and he kind of like does a bow.
Oh. Yay. Anytime you would like to visit our camp, what's a good way for them to...
Honestly, if they get
just hail
enough,
us. Yeah, where the scent is strong. If you just hail us, someone will come out to meet you, bring you inside. You can talk with our priestesses.
Trying to fix his teeth. We will do that.
Our high priestess faced the bat, the crimson bat at, what was it? Boldholm?
I think that was Boldholm, yeah.
RuneGate. Faced the crimson bat at RuneGate.
That sounds like someone I would like to speak with.
She's an impressive
In addition to trading, I very much like to collect tales as well. People are most interesting.
We'd be happy to have
That's why I don't eat them. Now, Jean-Jour, on the other hand, has been known to eat some people.
Rue will take a look at him again. You would like one of our warriors, Aranina.
He just kind of grumbles at that.
They'd be besties.
They some people are cool. Some of them, kill them.
Tasty.
Fuck them.
Well, actually,
this man spark joy?
If Rue does say that, Aurisa will actually just kind of pause and just... Aranina might actually enjoy the alcohol.
Yeah.
Aranina has some very strong alcohol.
She does.
Might be interested in some
Blood
of the
beer.
ingredients used within. I don't know how she would feel about the base, but you should definitely try her beer.
Okay, I am always down to try beer.
All right. We will not keep you from your wife any longer. But thank you. Come by soon.
We shall. He kind of bows. He is just to kind of clarify them a little more. He's like kind of like roly poly. And like he's like, I mean, all trolls are big and like are well built, but compared like Jean-Georges is just like solid muscle and terrifying. Gonzaga is like kind of like roly poly. He's got like a pronounced round belly, and he's just like under his robe. He's just like he's just like a roly poly guy.
Just a roly poly guy.
Yitra was like also like just muscle,
slab amount of muscle.
Yeah. But Lagora, kind of same thing. Kind of like not like she was like big, but she wasn't like.
More lean.
She clearly was not a warrior. Yeah, she was actually on the thinner side of all the ones you've seen here.
Mm.
About how tall is she compared to the others?
She's probably like 6'3" or so.
Okay.
Yeah. Stooping. If she stood up straight, she's probably more.
But, yeah. No, Arisa's like 5'8", so she's like, okay, she's a little closer to my size. We're good.
Yeah.
Right. I think we're ready to head back.
Actually, a mark that Sharky said, that's something I want to reiterate too. Looking closely at Jean-Georges' armor, you realize it's like, what is this metal? This is weird looking metal because it's a very dull metal, the scales. You realize it's lead.
Oh, shit.
That's super cool.
That shit's heavy. That's badass.
That's heavy fucking
His
shit.
armor is like a weighted vest. He's
no
just
wonder he's just a fucking massive muscle.
Yeah.
That man takes off his armor, he is speed.
Before you go, Lagora comes out and just comes right up to you, Aurisa, and she's holding something.
Oh, what?
And she's just like, it's a pouch of some sort, and she's like rumbles at you, and she's like,
cool.
Yeah, Aurisa will give one of hers to her and trade, and very excitedly.
She sniffs it, and she's like smiles like a very toothy smile, and she's like kind of bows at you.
Thank you. Yeah. She's like trying not to open it immediately, but she's really excited.
All right. Jean-Georges, we'll see you with some tokens safely back to a place where you can light some torches. It has been very pleasurable to meet all of you. Thank you so much for approaching us in such a civil manner.
We will go to shake hands.
Yeah, he even like roly-poly, he's got, his hand is bigger than yours, even though Rue is pretty big. It's not much bigger, but he's got like quite a grip.
Men.
No, he doesn't try to like do like the
not the hurt
but
you,
he's like, he's just like, wow, this guy's still, you can tell he's like, he's a strong dude. Yeah. He goes to Bryn.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Bryn does the
yeah, and he goes like a manly shake to you.
Fingers,
same thing. Des offers his hand, and then Aurisa though, he takes your hand most delicately and like bows and like gives a little troll. It doesn't really kiss your hand. He just does like a little snuffle, like a little
with his,
nose.
The little bop. Yeah,
like a little like a boop,
like a little boop.
Yeah, and then he wishes you well.
The boops of Shalana
Little boops.
And Jean-Georges says to you guys, all right, let's go.
All right.
And he just grabs a trollkin and he just like screams in its face. He's like, and like grumbles in its faces. And he like yells at some other little ones, and they kind of gather around you guys and like start leading you through the darkness. And he leads the way.
Hell yeah.
And eventually you were led, again, same thing. You're kind of circled around the camp a little bit, and like giving a little bit of a run around in the darkness. But take it back to where you first met.
Mm.
And he says, Jandra says, all right, you should be able to find your way back from here. Feel free to light fires. I'll tell these little shits to leave your camp alone.
We appreciate it.
Don't fuck us.
We wouldn't.
Good.
Vice versa.
He just kind of like fades into the darkness.
Just Homer Simpson's into the book.
No, he literally just kind of like fades into the darkness. The little guys hover around a little bit, but then you hear a grumble and they like scamper after him like terrified.
Jesus. Okay, we'll walk back a ways before we start to talk. Oh. That went well, I think.
That went very well.
I made a friend.
That was awesome, Aurisa.
I cannot wait to see what's in the bag.
Does it smell good?
I didn't sniff it yet. I was just too excited.
I mean, just because they were sniffing yours, I don't know.
Mostly herbs, yeah. I'll wait till we're back at camp where I have light and a setup.
Yeah, you guys can light torches now, and
but she wants to
probably close to like getting close to midnight, if not a little after.
Yeah, we should probably get back to camp and let folks know what's going on.
Folks know that, we should really endeavor to be gracious, honor their terms, and if they need our help during our stay, perhaps this relationship can grow into something more. Fucking Lunars.
So
just want to raise an army of everyone I meet to kill them.
You find your way back to camp fairly easily.
All right. Go in. Whoever's up, tell the other leader figures of the camp.
Yeah, you have you have watches set.
How our expedition
still,
went.
Even though,
Aranina know, my mom know, Morganeth know. Baroth, the leader figures.
They're pretty
spread the word.
Impressed.
Yeah, so we should be respectful to our hosts. They have granted us a safe stay for the time being. And we can do some work from here.
Good. It's good to have a place to call a camp.
We're going to kill so many Lunars in this place. We're just going to ride out, pillage, vanish into the woods.
Aurisa will specifically mention to Morganath that there is one of I already lost his name.
Was it
John?
No, Gonzak.
Yeah, explain Gonzak. Mentioned that he would be interested in speaking with her.
Oh, one of their traders, huh? Argar. All right, fair enough.
He'll come calling sometime in the near future.
Wonderful.
You'll like him, Morganath. He's cool.
He's pleasant.
For a troll.
Aren't we all just pleasant for what we are?
I think one of them could become surprisingly fast allies with Aranina.
As something so funny that I'm going to tell you off stream, but continue.
Excellent.
Right.
Okay. Honestly, if nobody else has anything to do or say,
just gonna face my girlfriend before bed.
Fair. All right.
We'll head off, and Rue will actually walk with Bryn back to their tent.
Vala finds you, Des.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, why didn't you send word back you were wandering off in the troll woods looking for trolls?
It
didn't cross your mind.
No, I was just,
I wasn't expecting to go all the way, but
scouting to see if I could find, and
next time send in word back to your wife might be a good idea, because we know trolls eat everything and you're just a big meal walking around out there for them, and I worry, okay?
You're just a big snack.
Well, I had to protect the trolls from Bryn.
I didn't do anything.
All right, well, just send word back next time, all right? Come on. She just grabs you and leads you back to the tent.
He follows.
Good
no
husband.
fight. No fight.
Yeah.
Aurisa realizes who's left around and then just looks at Bryn, looks her up. All right, I'm going to bed. Have a good night. And just fucks right off.
Good luck, Aurisa.
Good night.
And am I crashing with Des tonight?
Only if you want to.
I mean, I never want to.
I'm sorry.
Why are you avoiding me?
When I told you all about what happened, what I think happened with the trollkin, you had this look. And it spooked me, I guess. I thought maybe you were having second thoughts about us.
No, Rue. I was surprised. It's
okay, Bryn.
Even when
I don't feel good about it either.
I just don't quite understand, I guess. Even when you're a wolf, I still thought you were Rue, and the Rue that I know just would never.
Maybe I don't quite know what I am as much as I thought I did.
I mean, do the Talmori kill without thinking and kill when they don't mean to? We've only heard rumors and stories. We don't.
So, I think, maybe sometimes thinking is instinct. And instinct is thinking.
What do you mean?
If something runs, you chase it.
We lived fairly close to the Talmori all of our lives.
I don't think people are trollkin or any sapient bipeds are a prey of choice, usually. But we are cursed. And I thought that was just, breaking every bone in your body once a week. And with the blackouts, maybe it's more complicated than that.
So what does that mean for when you're on Wild Day?
I have 4 days to figure it out.
That's not a lot of time, Rue.
I know. I never.
Are you safe?
After I started changing, I never thought that anybody, any of our people would be in any danger. Just, maybe sheep or a horse.
That seems more natural. I still don't think you would hurt any of our people.
But not just our people are in camp anymore.
I don't think you would hurt any of.
I don't know.
Again, we've lived near the Talmori our whole lives. If the Talmori were out there on Wild Day without a conscious thought, we would find more dead.
Yeah, of course. They are full-blooded Tomori, who were raised Tomori. I don't know, Bryn. I'm tired. And I'm sorry I avoided you.
It's actually probably for the better. Just to give me a little time. I needed to figure some stuff out.
Yeah, but you tried to talk to me and I ran away from you. And you deserve me to be able to face you for whatever it is you have to say.
I mean, you're doing that now. It's okay to take time too. I wanted to talk to you because the Lunars took those people's land. And here they are on the run again. There are dozens more children without families and parents. It's a hard day.
They're safe. They're safer now than they were yesterday. One day at a time. I mean, yesterday the entire Penitent Legion was coming to kill them all, so yes. They'll keep doing this. We have to face them. That's what we're doing.
Oh, I know.
That was a win.
Ro, do you think you're going to be able to keep fighting 2 wars?
I will fight as many as I have to.
For what?
Peace.
What if that's not real?
He, optimist in me says, then we build it. Just because something's temporary doesn't mean it's not real. There'll be another war someday after we win this one. But I'd like war to be the thing that happens in between peace, instead of peace being the thing that happens in between war.
Someday.
I love you.
I love you too. One step at a time. We have 4 days until the next wild day. And you're right, at least for now, the Lunars can't find us here, so I guess we'll take what we can get.
Hold his hand out to her.
Oh, she'll take it.
You want to go to bed?
Yeah.
He'll walk with her back to their tent.
And that his big wolf sister is going to climb into the tent, too.
He's like, yay!
So I think you need to go to Auntie Aurisa for the night. Can't tell you why. Tell you
No.
This is a sad night.
No.
We're just gonna cuddle.
Whole family.
I know. I was
Oh,
dear
family.
It's a good enough place to stop, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aurisa, do you check the medicine bundle before
Of course she does.
All right. Give me a plant lore roll.
Ugh. I'm like so scared to fuck this up. Can I augment this? Like I'm so scared
you
to
can.
fuck this up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
God, what do I even augment this with?
Love for humanity? Is that one?
Don't forget you can augment with runes too. So
That's right. You could like augment with like harmony or
Can I augment with harmony?
earth or
Because my harmony rune is 92.
what else is there? Earth or fertility.
How did I roll above it?
You fucking failed.
I rolled a 97. Guys.
It's so impossible. Do we have rerolls? You can
Wait.
take a reroll for it.
You're like
fumble. I think you can take a reroll if you want on this.
Chris is like all mushrooms.
Because I'm pretty sure we have some.
Yeah, we have some.
When you fumble a rune roll, you literally like have an identity
He smokes
crisis.
the cooking mushrooms and
Yeah.
I don't think
with the high mushrooms. And
Maximum Nothing gave you one.
Thanks, Matt.
yay! Thank you for your mercy.
Honestly, this is my favorite thing. I feel like this is the most important role of the night.
Aurisa. All right, hold on. Okay. All right, so that's a success on the augment.
Okay, so that's plus 20.
Then, okay, so... Oh, yeah. Now the roll wouldn't have even needed the augment, because it's under my actual fucking score. 38.
God damn it.
Okay. Did you check? Have you done plant lore? Check it if you haven't checked it.
There's not a checkbox next to it on my sheet.
Wait,
really? Any skill can be checked, so you can check that one.
Then I'm going to doodle a little check right there.
I was like, there must be, right?
I mean, there's got to be. We'll
there isn't a checkbox on my sheet either.
Yeah,
Weird.
all right. I put one there.
It's probably because they want
plant lore
to be taught to you instead of you just learning
it's
from
probably
failure.
trained.
I will double check that. That is a distinct possibility.
Plant lore. You just can't eat random plants.
It's like history,
survive.
You can
like
feed them to
knowing a
other
history
people,
fact doesn't teach you
That's
more
true.
history facts. You have to like learn
That's true.
other
That's true.
history facts.
Sharky says it cannot. You got to learn it from someone. So you do not get to check that. Sorry.
Wait,
unless if they gave her a medicine bag, maybe there's like little symbols or something that
I was
indicates
gonna
what plants are for.
In this case, she should because she's learning from the trolls. Yeah, but
you have to meet up with her and go over it.
I will give you.
I feel like she should get this one though because, like,
I will give you this because it's research because you got this from a troll.
Exactly.
You're learning a little bit about troll medicine, but you know, like you recognize the plants, and like anyone who took this would like get severe diarrhea and like just have a very bad time on top of whatever else they had. Like it would just be awful for them.
Oh. Before they got better?
Hey, this is how we win the war with the Lunars. We make them shit themselves to death in the mud.
Can you imagine? This is the secret.
So hold on.
This is not good stuff for people to eat, is what I'm saying.
It's good for trolls, but it's not good for us.
It's not poison. It's a cleanse.
Colon cleanse.
Super colon blow.
Excellent,
Knowing 999% of your daily fiber.
That remind me again. This is something off stream of my diet company idea that I had once.
Oh Christ!
Yeah, but
the bad chain of thoughts.
Yeah, that's
Which reminds me of mine and Troy's diet company that we had an idea for once.
I think you told me this one. Is this like the half and half sort of thing?
Yes.
Yes, you did tell me that one.
I had forgotten about that, and my life was so
the
much
diet
better.
and honestly ours would work too.
I wish I had. No, you don't. I wish that had erased that from my mind.
All right.
These are not public. These are not public thoughts.
So here's what's I'm gonna wrangle everyone in. It's the end of session,
we'll stop there. Yes.
It's the end of session, which means it's Sarah's turn to yap. And by Sarah's turn to yap, I mean thank you everyone so much for joining us on this week's episode of DMs After Dark. If you enjoy us, you can give us a follow. Following is free. All you need is a Twitch account, which is free. All you need is an email. And we go live every other Saturday at 7 p.m. ish EST.
We're going to change rotation in the near future.
Yeah, so coming up sometime soon, we are going to be swapping which Saturdays we're on. It's going to still be every other, but just we want to have Troy be able to participate and not be stuck at work every single time we are streaming. So there'll be a little week hiccup in there,
bonus session to get us on the right
bonus. I have plans for a very silly bonus thing to do in the meanwhile. So we will have more Kime Reese in the future, which yay for everyone. You can also follow us on our social medias. Let me see if I got that key right. Yeah, you can follow us on all of our social medias. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky, which I promise I will make active again. That's my bad. You can check us out there on YouTube. All of the VODs of our Twitch streams go up. We are also on every podcast app worth their salt under DMs After Dark. Whichever podcast app you like, we are probably there. You can also check out our Redbubble for our merch. We've got the Detective 20 logo. We've got the Battle of Red Rock print with all of our characters, stuff with our individual characters. Someone bought throw pillows with each of our characters on them.
It's so just amazing.
Incredible.
If you also want that exists. You can email us dmsafterdark@gmail.com. Questions, comments, conspiracy theories, cat pictures. We accept and love them all. And until next time, everyone, check your mushrooms before you eat them, please.
All right.
Just please.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Good night.